We are live, guys. If you're watching this live on YouTube or you're watching a replay of this, here's the deal. I'm gonna be helping a handful of agency owners grow their business, video agency owners specifically, all the way from getting clients using paid ads to organic methods to nurturing those clients, uh, giving their clients world-class service delivery, just and a bunch of just miscellaneous stuff, all around the topic of SMMA. If you get value from this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to be on one of these coaching calls, there's a link within the description of this video. Simply go down to that, click on that, and you can book a call to have a conversation with myself. You can learn a little bit more about each other and see if this is a good fit for you or not. Okay, without further ado, hope you enjoy. Right. Adishola. I hope you're doing well. You're on mute, by the way.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, you still don't get how to pronounce it. It's
I'm
all
not
right.
just forget it. It's fine. It's just fine. Me and you, it's just an inside joke between us from now on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited. This is your official first coaching call, so I'm excited for
First,
you. Me
yeah,
too.
yeah. First coaching call, first time meeting the guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah,
actually.
good, good. I can tell you seem excited.
Yes, I am.
Good, good. Did so I remember our last call, you asked me a few times, like, hey, Koshik, what's next? What do I do? What do I do? And remember I told you that video is really going to help you out, paint a picture for you in terms of the next few months and exactly what you need to do. Did that help that?
Yes, yes. So, each time I know what to do from the video. So sometimes, I pause the video just to, do immediately. So when there is, oh, do this and that, I just do it immediately and all. There was a time I I had little ch I thought I was doing the wrong thing because, joining merging my Zoom and my calendars to the Go High Level
Yeah, yeah.
account. I thought maybe I wasn't getting it right because the whole thing looks different. Then I remembered there was one of the videos where you said something around, oh, uh, things might have, turned
Look,
around,
yeah, yeah,
change.
yeah, yeah,
So, so I had to go watch YouTube that's close enough, like 6 months ago.
yeah, yeah,
And it was so easy. I was stressing over that. Then, it was just so easy for me to do. I wasted so much time trying to like use that because, I have two screens.
yeah,
So I put one video here and I put my browser here to,
yeah, yeah,
pause and so I had to just watch a YouTube video and in less than 10 seconds I was able to connect both.
yeah.
And yeah, yeah, that was good. So yeah.
Good, good. Yeah, you're gonna notice that often is there's I can't, things change so much, with Adobe Premiere and Final Cut. There's all these features and they always change things. So
Yeah.
the fundamental premise doesn't change, right? The fundamentals don't change. But in terms of
Yes.
click on this, that, YouTube is gonna be a good friend of yours. And that's the recommend. Even me until this day, I'm always learning stuff with Glide Level, and so I'm always on YouTube just doing a quick search and that's usually the best route. So I'm glad that you brought it up. That's going to be normal for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was because that was I've written down some questions to um actually ask here.
Okay.
Then the next because I did it into the night. So
Hmm.
the next day, which was this morning,
Hmm.
I was just like, okay, you know what? This is actually really different, not because I was sleepy, so I just typed on YouTube how to, and it brought it, and it was just very easy to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
What's
just a change in buttons, and that's all.
what's the question that you're going to ask the members? Because remember, one of the homework was for you to write down one question you have for the guys. What is that question?
I just wanted to introduce myself that my name, what I do, how my mentality is actually, changing, how I'm struggling. And now I'm in the space of acceptance, and I actually identify in wanting to move from being video centered to more marketing and ad centered,
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
wanted to ask if anybody felt like me to,
I see it.
say if
Making
anybody
decisions.
was in that stage or is in that stage. I just wanted to see if anybody could relate with me or something.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good
Yeah.
question.
So,
Um, I'm trying to think. So we'll see who hops on today. Um, I feel like I have worked with a few guys who that was like a big challenging part right now, but most guys by the time they come to me, they experience what you experience, they change the identity pretty fast. By the time they, watch that video, that one that you watched that shows the step one, two, three, four, five, the seven phases to get to seven figures. When they watch that, they understand it's like, oh, it clicks and they start to get inspired and they're open to changing. Um, but there is a guy named Riviera, if he's gonna hop on today. He's very artsy fartsy. But so I think, and he still does some content here and there. So maybe he's gonna be good perspective. There's another guy named Stuart. He hopped in literally last month. He does
yeah.
more content. But he's got marketing background. And I don't know, maybe he's gonna be the best person to answer, but we'll see. We'll see who hops on. But um yeah, the people that I've struggled with, man, are the ones that they hop in and then they can't let go of the identity of videographer. Those are the guys that really struggle.
Yeah.
But very few. It's like I don't know, like three, four of them in my entire life that I've faced with that. Most people they're able to change the identity pretty fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something it's gonna be major for me. I know I'm maybe on the outside. There is no proof of what it is, but I notice how I'm seeing things lately. In fact, most of the ads I'm seeing on my social media has changed. I'm just seeing more go high level, more
Mhm. Yeah.
campaign ads, blah, I'm just seeing that more and more instead of,
Yeah.
seeing more video stuff, more videography, cinematography stuff,
Yeah.
things have been like changing and changing and all. So yeah,
That's normal. Yeah, that's
I'm
normal.
excited.
That's good. That's normal. Yeah, I think the algorithm is starting to pick up on your search history and what you're doing here. And so that's
Yeah.
normal. But okay. In terms of question, I'm gonna wait a few minutes for the guys. I'm gonna maybe wait till like 6:15. I want to wait for a few guys to come before you introduce yourself. Um, but once they do, we'll start it officially. But just out of curiosity, do you have questions that you wrote down for me already, that some things that you have in mind, or do you not have questions for me yet?
To be honest, I really do not have question. It's more of tech questions, but then I want to be able to finish everything before bothering you with that.
Okay.
I'm not just gonna be panicky. Just the way I figured out how to connect the Zoom and the calendar. I
Mhm.
don't want to just jump and quickly ask, oh, my onboarding form, I'm unable to inject it into my funnel. It's confusing and all. Because, just like the problem I'm having with the connecting calendar and Zoom, I think the buttons were different from the explainer
Yeah.
because I couldn't really follow it in total. I tried to look for every other thing to do and I couldn't. So I really do not know how that works yet, but then I know that it's something I can still figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so when you come into go high level, uh,
Yeah.
um, this is going to be your best friend is just this,
What?
the question mark up here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
You
okay. I'm
click
saying,
that, you click, I believe it's start Zoom. and then you're going to be able to connect with somebody over Zoom and they'll be able to walk you through whatever you need very fast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be your best friend.
I
So,
think yours is different from mine still.
oh, is it? It looks different.
Yeah, when you press the question mark now, the
Uh-huh.
kind of options it brought is different.
I see. Are you in the sub account or are you in the agency account?
I think I'm in this agency account.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the agency
mine,
account.
yeah, mine are the same regardless. Yeah, that's go high level on Facebook, man. Like even from person to person, it looks different. It's a strange thing. Um, but yeah,
Maybe I'm still on the trial thingy. I'm not paid. Probably maybe that's the
it's
mm, difference.
possible. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um, let's
And
see.
also one more. There have been a lot of like messages and texts and WhatsApp and emails I've received from Go High Level, always asking me to come on board. They want to onboard me. They want to do this and that. And I've not been actually um responding to that.
Mhm.
Don't know if it is something I should do or not. So I don't know if I should ask. I'm gonna just ask you if you'd you'd I know that we talked about it the last time and you said, oh, it's good that I waited for you to confirm that because
Mhm.
most of the things they might want to say will be different from the
Yeah.
way. So I don't know.
Yeah, good call.
Did I just unsubscribe from the whole
I would not
thing?
unsubscribe. I would not unsubscribe. What I would recommend doing is just following the directions in the video, which
Yeah.
tells you to set up the 6 figure 6 weeks. So watch all that stuff and just get that set up the best you can. And by the
Yeah.
end of it, you're probably going to be pretty solid. You're going to be like 90% of the way there.
Yeah.
Um, and if you have issues, again, use YouTube. And if you
Mm,
can't get it from YouTube, hop on a quick chat with them. And then after you have done everything, after you
mm,
have set everything up, you're ready to launch your ads, then maybe it makes sense for you to hop on a onboarding call with them because at that point, you'll have enough experience with Go High Level and the tech stuff so that if they say something that you don't want to do, you're already going to know like, oh, they want me to do this. I'm not going to do it because it's going to mess up my stuff. So,
mm.
but the reason I'm saying still hop on a call with them is they might have something that you might find valuable. They might have something that you're going to find valuable that will help you. I don't think they're going to try to pitch you or sell you anything. They're just going to their goal is just because their goal is it's such a good software, it's such a good tool. The customer support is so good. The main thing they're trying to do is just retain you. They want to make sure that you don't leave. They just want to make
Mm,
sure like you have a good experience so that you don't leave. That's usually their approach. So.
mm,
That's why I'm saying there might be something that, maybe for example, you didn't fill out your tax form or you didn't fill this out or fill that out. And so maybe they draw your attention to that. It's like, oh yeah, I need to fill that out. That's why I'm saying maybe it's a good idea to hop on with them afterwards.
mm. I get you. I get you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
Also a sub account.
mhm.
Uh, how am I supposed to get out of a sub account?
Um,
Let's say, okay, so I think I registered my Explorer Films Corp. I registered it twice as the main and as a sub account too. So sometimes it's confusing on things. So I want to delete the sub account.
yeah, so that's something you might have to talk to those guys about, but I I know like for example, if you're in your agency view and then you
Yeah.
go down here, you're good to switch between your sub account and your agency
Yeah,
view.
yeah. I know how to, do that
You
actually.
have, are you saying you have the information within your agency view and your sub account is the same? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's probably fine. That's probably fine.
Oh, okay. I've seen it.
Yeah. So like for example, my I have three different sub accounts. My main one is the Cinemark and Chico. So the information here and then the information in my sub account is pretty much the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it. I think I've just seen it now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um, what based you may not have given it much thought, but is there a niche that you thought about in the past few days?
To be honest, I'm not thinking about, you already told me to rest about that.
Hmm.
So I'm not thinking about any niche. I'm just gonna be open to see what is gonna be and just go out on that. Because to be honest, I still feel the same. I feel like I'm able to do well in any niche to, be able to convince them to say, yo, you know what? Although I have been, funny thing is, I went out to get food and
Yeah.
I met the business owner of the restaurant. So we were just talking about, she was complaining to me about her business. And I was like, I'm just gonna, diagnose.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I was able to talk to her and, tell her things that, oh yeah, so I'm not only just shooting videos now, I'm able to do this and that for you. And I see that she's immediately interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately, because I told her, yeah, yeah, I can guarantee that we are going to create a campaign for you, and I can guarantee that I can send 100 people into your DMs who want to buy, your new menu from you, or
Hmm.
your old menu or new menu or anything, just more awareness, brand awareness for you, just to let people know. I'm like, yeah, your food is good. People just need to know
Hmm.
that you exist. And I'm not gonna just shoot videos for you and post it and think or hope on the algorithm to hop on that. There's program that we can, put you on and people will see. And I can guarantee you in a month, I can guarantee you 100 people are gonna message you that they want to buy food from you. That depends on you whether you're able to sell to them or not. But I can guarantee you that. So, that's what my service was on. She was like, oh, she's interested. She wants to move to a bigger place. She got my contact and was like, oh, just because I'm not done yet with everything, I'm unable to take her on. I didn't pursue that yet. I just want to be able to like get there. She'll probably be the first person I'm gonna reach out to when I am done or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I used to do that all the time. It's so easy. You'll notice that because you've just been a videographer for your whole life, and that's kind of been your pitch. And now you've seen the first like evidence. It's like you barely have to see, you just have to talk about the thing that they want. And as soon as you do, it's so easy to sell them. And so I hope that that has opened up your eyes. Just that small little conversation, like, oh my God, it's like stealing candy from a baby because that's what people want.
Exactly, exactly. She felt like I was like an answered prayer, like, oh yeah, God brought you my way. I was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, so I don't know.
But
I'm still
keep her,
not,
yes,
yeah.
keep her. I'm glad. Like, so here's my advice to you is I used to do this all the time. So I have a specific process I'm going to take you through just to stay systematic. But my advice to you is every time you go out, keep doing that and just put everything on like a Google Doc or an Excel. Okay. And then
Mhm.
me and you are going to talk about it here in maybe 30 days. We're going to figure out in 30 days, we'll revisit that. But have an Excel, put their name in, email, phone number, any other information you have, location, all that stuff. Just put it on Excel, what niche it's in, and then we'll maybe revisit that. You're gonna have to remind me because I'm gonna forget, but you can remind
Yeah.
me here in 30 days. We'll see
Like,
if we can use that. Um,
yeah. I mean, she's. I'm not sure there is a restaurant for now in the.
Restaurants, there are, but I had a friend yesterday, and I spent about an hour talking to him about restaurants. I gave him the exact marketing plan. I wish I recorded because I would just give it to you. I told him the
Oh,
ad strategy, I told him the organic strategy, I told him the Facebook group strategy, I told him four different methods to drive traffic. Um,
to a
but
restaurant.
yeah, yeah. So I broke all that down. But yeah, we can talk. So here's my thing to you. And again, I'm just chit-chatting with you. The guys are running a little bit late. But when they do get here, like I said, we'll start the call officially. But just to,
Yeah.
while you're still here, here's my advice to you. Again, just take a moment to sleep on this, right? The way you want to think about it is you know, Um, the more your job is just to make your clients, let me see here. So this is you. So this is you. This is your clients, and then this is their customers. And your number one job, I think I explained this to you, is your number one job is just this,
Mm,
is to increase the number of customers and increase the value. So number and then the value. So that means get them as many customers as possible, but the value. So if you get 1,000 customers for somebody and they all paid $1, that's $1,000 you made the business. Versus if you get somebody one customer that pays 1,000, now it's complete, like the same $1,000.
mm,
So your job is how do I increase the number of customers and increase the value? And the bigger this number is,
mm,
the more you can charge. So,
mm.
for example, when you look at a restaurant, the problem with restaurants is the profit is so low.
Yeah.
You're able to make a restaurant, let's just say theoretically, I don't know, like, I don't know, let's say you're adding additional $5,000 per month profit. You can get away with charging, whatever you can charge versus like a dentist, for example, Riviera, when he hops on, he makes his dentist client $100,000 every quarter. Every quarter.
Ooh.
$100,000 every single quarter with literally it's in the niche it's in the database, that funnel, literally that exact funnel. And so he charges $5,000 every 3 months, and the business, and he's been with them for like some of them like a year, 2 years. Every 3 months they just pay. They don't negotiate, they don't go back and forth, they don't have any issues, they just pay.
Mm,
And it's because of this. So consider a restaurant versus consider a dentist. So that's why my advice to you is keep having these conversations, but try to think of what business can I make the most amount of money for?
mm,
Increase
mm,
the number and then the value because different restaurants charge like $5 for something, or they charge $15 for a dish versus a dentist charge $3,500 for one pair of Invisalign or something, or
mm,
$20,000 for like arches. So if you can
mm,
get a dentist one client that pays 20,000, oh my
mm,
God, so that's how you maybe want to, so you want to think about it from that perspective. And then the second thing you want to think about is, can I get these clients through ads? Those are the
mm,
two questions. Like, how can I make this person, what niche can I go into and make them a tremendous amount of money? One, and then two, can I find the business owner through ads? So the problem with dentists for Riviera is he gets dentists amazing results,
mm,
but it's very hard to find dentists through ads. It's very
mm,
difficult because dentists are extremely busy. They're not really on Facebook. They're not really opting into stuff. So the best way to kind of get dentists is like networking, word of mouth, cold calling, walking in, like those kind of things. It's very hard for us to get dentists through ads. So those are the two pillars. Can I get these clients through ads? And then two, how much money can I make this type of business?
mm.
So right
Yeah.
now, you're not going to know if you can get a client through ads or not. That's not something you're going to know. But what you can do is you can focus on this part. So over the next 30 days, create your Excel sheet and then try to, again, create your Excel sheet, and then we can kind of have an idea of, okay, well, which one of those businesses can we make a tremendous amount of money for? And can we find them on ads? And then maybe we go work with that business owner. Maybe we work with that business owner just to kind of build your chops. And then from there, we scale up and get a bunch of clients in that particular niche. I'm not saying that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm just throwing some ideas out there for you right now, just to be proactive when you're going out.
Mm. Okay.
Is this
I
making
get it.
sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So there's a specific way you want to look at it. I've seen over and over, like the niche oftentimes makes or breaks an agency owner.
Mm. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Mm. How long am I supposed? I know like um the thing is already there to the video is already there to guide me on what to do next and everything. But then how long am I supposed to use before I launch my first ad?
How long are you
How
supposed?
long? Yeah, how long am I supposed to use, rummaging through the videos and all? Yeah, I know that I'm clearing up my my charts and all, but then I've had bookings. In fact, I was in a shoot today. I just came back not long ago. But then I'm also shooting tomorrow. But then I'm just trying to
I
create
think
more time.
7 days, 7 days. Like I think if
7 days.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean everybody's different. I've seen some people launch within 3 days. And I've seen people
Whoa.
take longer. But I think with you, I don't see why I would say realistically. So here's my kind of I don't know what your schedule looks like, but if I were you, I would try to launch by like maybe Thursday this week. So
Thursday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, so Friday maybe, Thursday, Friday.
Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
So if you launch Thursday, Friday, they still have basically you're gonna have like 2 or 3 days where you're just working leads, talking to business owners. And then when
Yeah.
you come to me on Monday, you can ask me some good questions. You
Yeah.
can say,
Yeah.
hey, I've had a few calls. Here's how these conversations went. What do you think? Am I doing okay? That would be my advice is like, if you can get something launched so that the next time that we meet, we have something to talk about. Because if you
Yeah.
don't launch by Monday, then me and you are not going to have much to talk about on Monday.
True. True.
You
True.
know,
True. Yeah. True.
I would try to get launched as soon as possible. Do you have other shoots or other commitments this week?
Yes, I do. I have another one tomorrow, and sorry, I don't keep my phone around me, so I'm coming. I'll just get. Yeah. So, calendar. To be honest, my next one is on the 12th.
Okay. So you have time then.
Yeah, yeah, I do have time. So, I'm very sure by I'll try as much as possible that by Friday I've launched, and I'll tell you
The sooner
about
the
by
better
Thursday
because
or Friday. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the sooner the better because sometimes, business owners can get busy on the weekend, you
Yeah,
know. So Friday, Saturday rolls around, they might get kind of busy and then they're not as likely to like click on an ad and opt in and have a conversation. Not always. So again, the sooner the better, but do what you can. Ideally maybe Thursday if you can.
okay. Okay, I will. I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuart, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a rough weekend, but nothing to do with any of this stuff. So
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll chat. We'll chat. Um, I'm still waiting. Alicia, I want to wait a few more minutes. I want to give some of the other guys an opportunity to hop in,
okay,
because I do want you to meet some of the older guys to introduce yourself. I guess what you could do is Alicia, I guess I could introduce you to Stuart and Ronnie in the meantime. Um, so Ronnie hopped in. So Ronnie's been here. Ronnie, when did you hop in? When did you start?
September.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 9 months ago, Alicia.
Yeah,
So
sounds
he
about right.
hopped, so he hopped in and he did the six-figure 6 weeks. And me and him have kind of gone through a unique journey where he hops in, took him a while to get the six figures up, launched it. Took him a while to really figure out sales, really struggled for a while, and then it finally clicked, and he was able to close like back-to-back deals. And then we shut that off, and then he niched down to photography, and then we turned those on. It took him a while to close. After he did close, it was the same thing as six figure. It took him a while to get those closes, and then once he did, he was on fire. And then I said, shut him off, and then learn service delivery. And he shut him off, did service delivery, and then now he just turns ads back on. And I think Ronnie spent like I don't know $400 or something, $500, and he closed like 7 deals in like 2 weeks. So things are really fast. So it's a slow momentum, and then once things really pick up, it's just like rocket ship growth. There's just a lot to learn.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, Ronnie keeps messaging. He's like, "It's so crazy. I got like 10 clients." Um, and so, anyways, I'm talking for him. I'll let him talk. But that's Ronnie, and then Stuart just hopped in. He's the last person to hop. So we shut our coaching program down, I think, for like a year. and then I just turned my ads back on, and then Stuart decided to bless my ugly mug and be the first client on board after quite some time. But yeah, I guess Stuart, if you want to introduce yourself to Adisha, and you guys want to just shoot the shit a little bit, and then Ronnie, if you guys want to just shoot the shit until we have a few more guys hop in, then officially we'll do your official welcome, Adisha.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hi,
Yeah,
Ronnie.
you got me.
Hi, Stewart.
Hey, how's it going? Oh,
Fine.
um, yeah, I think I've been in, oh, sorry, I'm in a chair that is really not meant for sitting at a desk, but it's like a recliner, but it's just what I happen to have in here at the moment.
Now it's
Um,
understood.
but yeah, I hopped in, I think it's been a month.
Yeah, about a month.
Yeah. Um, it's been good. I'm dragging, but it's all my own fault. Getting other business stuff going and stuff like that. But I'm based in Middle Tennessee, just south of Franklin. Have a mainly like video podcast production studio and a handful of clients, but kind of exploring like what other things I could do and not maybe things like trying to trade off the what could I do that could make more money and actually be maybe less complicated of a deliverable for people. And then maybe it could feed to podcasts, but for now, I'm like, yeah, let's maybe it's something else entirely. But also, I work with like like a ministry is one of the podcasts that I produce and I co-host, and they do stuff it's kind of unique. So Kashik's been working with me on that, getting some kind of very different world. It's like instead of trying to get clients, this particular person is it's like evangelistic ads and things. So it's very different than what you would typically run ads for. So trying to rethink the way some of that runs and make a bigger impact for them. Because I just moved into the role that they have me doing now, in addition to all the production stuff. So that they want me to run all their marketing and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I can do it, but it's also a lot. So I was like, that was really kind of what drew me to what Kashik was doing in the first place, was just seeing like, oh, this could be very valuable to help both my business and this guy that I'm working with. So yeah, how about yourself?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I think I can relate to you with having so much to do and everything because I'm based in Toronto, Canada.
Okay,
And yeah, so I moved to Canada from Africa, from Nigeria, less than about 2 years ago. So in Nigeria, I was a filmmaker. I never have to reach out to anybody. I never have to. In fact, I'm more like sought after. I'm always, even picky or choosy about which projects I make myself available for and everything. So coming here, there was a lot of culture shock and everything where there are less communal stuff there. But
yeah,
I don't even know my neighbor's name or
yeah,
stuff like that. So things run very differently here. You don't have church members or people who help shout about your business. You don't
yeah,
have word of mouth or referrals much like that because of the way things are. Everything is online. So I was coming from where I was very much in control of my finance, my things and everything. I was, shooting for Netflix. Netflix Prime, big screens. I mean the local cinemas in Nigeria and all.
cool, very cool.
So, I was, yeah, thank you. I was like on top of my career and game as a cinematographer, videographer was not even my thing back then. But coming here, having to pay bills every month, everything. So, yeah, you know adjusting and all. So I started doing everything, every gig available. I'm there, wedding, I'm there, burial, I'm shooting birthdays, everything, just to like be able to keep up and pay the bills, I mean, this is not new to you, it is to me. So paying bills every month is not what I was used to. We pay once a year back in Africa, Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
But
Wow.
here, the value of what you pay a year for your rent is what you pay every 30 days here. So
Wow.
that system, I'm like my mentality is grabbing everything. So I started losing sleep. I started losing everything that I was doing. I lost a lot more than even sleep and everything. Then at a stage it was very difficult for me to keep up. And yeah, at the end of the day, I knew that, things cannot stay this way. I know. So I registered for a coaching course, more like, all these ads of, oh, why you charging low? You could charge high. You could, there's a way you present things to your client and all. This was not Koshik's class, it was another class. So I I registered and they were teaching me how to edit. Like, nah, bro, don't teach me how to
Yeah,
edit. I already
got
know
that
that.
part.
Like, yeah, I even teach people how to edit. They were not like I don't have time to go through the courses or the
Mhm.
classes or anything or the coaching calls. And the little time I create out of making deliverables and meeting deadlines for my client, you're teaching me how to edit? No. You understand that? So that wasn't speaking to me at all. So I met Koshik. Koshik's ad went straight into it. I'm gonna teach you this, that, and I'm like, yes, this is the thing.
Yeah.
So I registered and yeah, and exactly that is what it has been. I know there's still a lot of mentality and stuff which I need because I'm more of the like Koshik would say artsy fatsy.
Yeah.
I'm
Be creative.
yeah, I'm a creative. I like the process of creating. I like cameras. I like editing. I shoot and edit my own stuff. I color grade. Makes me happy. And the first time Koshik analyzed my Instagram, he was able to say, yo, your things and your stuff make sense to only people who do stuff that you do, videographers like you, which is true. If you check my comments, full of videographers saying, oh, your stuff is nice. No, that doesn't make me money. And I am here, I need to pay my bills and no, and I can't continue with that. So currently I'm having a mind shift and set over it, moving from that to, doing what really matters, creating value for business owners. I mean, maybe or maybe not, I still get to like shoot dope stuff for them to launch, whatever it is they want to launch or whatever. I don't know. Maybe in the next 3, 5, 6 months, maybe I'm not even gonna be wanting to shoot anything again. I don't know. But right now, my mind is currently shifting all away from that, into,
Mhm.
creating value and everything. I'm currently going through the courses, the classes and everything while still juggling, delivering you know what delivery is now. So delivering stuff to my clients I know. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Today is my first day on this coaching call ever. And yeah, today is like my start date on everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome aboard, man.
Thank you, Ronnie.
I would say
Are
one
you
thing.
related to Koshik?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah, I noticed the
He's
last.
he's got the good looks. I don't got the good looks, so
Nah, nah, that's not true.
I one thing I did want to say is regarding Stuart and Adishala, you guys are very similar. And I say that because both, Stuart, you're still very content heavy, and then he's coming from a world of content. You have a more of a marketing advertising background, Stuart. But the reason I feel like you guys are so, when I was talking to Adisha, my heart went out to him because the guy, like you, Stuart, he like I don't know your exact situation, Stuart, but I know you're like to the brim in terms of your workload.
Hmm.
Um, but with Adisha, like the guy doesn't sleep. Like like this is the most energetic I've seen him. I think the guy gets like 4 hours. I'm not I'm serious, like three, four
Yeah.
hours of sleep. And so, he's between a rock and a hard place. I was like, you're gonna have to figure out how to reduce your workload and still survive on bills, still pay your bills and still take on jobs that only are going to require you to just film and stop doing all the editing because that's costing you so much time and your dollar per hour is decreasing. So you need to figure out what you need to do there while you're between this rock and hard place and build these skills necessary to, again, us get you some jobs and eventually get you to a place where you're not taking on all this stuff. And so I was thinking about you, Stuart, when I was having that conversation. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, and I was gonna send you a video, Stuart. Like it's been on my mind for about 2 weeks. I don't know if it's even appropriate for me to say this right now. I guess it might make sense when I'm talking to you directly. But I've
Hmm.
been like thinking, just kind of like observing your behavior and like where you're at and like just my thoughts on like, okay, here's what your workload, here's my beat. I've done this for a long time. I know where people are at 2 weeks and 4 weeks and so on and so forth. And I
Hmm.
was just gonna maybe just give you my thoughts. Um, but I don't know. I guess I'm just bringing this up just to kind of like create a menage a trois in terms of this conversation because I feel like you guys are so similar. And so maybe there's some things you can talk about, Stuart, in terms of your personal life and like what you're doing in terms
Hmm.
of it's not the same thing. Obviously, me and you are moving towards like trying to help out, you know, the ministry and what we're doing there. But I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about in terms of like time, energy, or anything that maybe there's things that you guys can go back and forth and jive on before we get started in terms of the coaching program, like once the other guys hop in.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say for me, it's like it's the common thing that every business owner operator type person runs into, which is you do everything in the business so you don't have the time to work on it. And then so you have to be very intentional about forcing yourself to work on and do everything you can, like Kashik, you were saying, removing yourself from the things that even if it's something you love, it might you want to see everywhere you're the bottleneck. And that's the thing is like even though knowing that, it's still really hard to act on it and to make the choices necessary. Because typically there's fear around things, there's stuff to do with cost and everything else. And you just think if I'll do it just this one more time. I'll just keep doing this instead of, okay, maybe I do hire somebody to do this for $500 or $1,000 a month. And even if that just gives me a little relief, that extra bit of time, like you're saying, Kashik, my dollar per hour could actually increase by spending money. I can actually make more money. So I'm trying to do both and free myself up at the same time. And then also like when I came into this, I had just come into this additional role of responsibilities. So I was kind of figuring that out too and trying to swim and learn to swim at the same time, I guess. So it can get a little exhausting, but I do know there's light, there's hope, and it sounds like you've got good stuff like that you've done as far as your quality and everything like back home like that people would promote you. So that's pretty cool. And I would imagine you're going to get to the point where like you don't want to rely on this, but that people start going, oh, this is the guy. This is the guy to go to. But all the stuff in this program I know is designed to really help you um, not even need that. But I think for me, I'm seeing there's going to be the effect of it down the line that I will actually end up with that by default, just because it's like my delivery rate, my ability, my quality, my social media, all of those things will be designed in a way that are going to help people see the quality that I can do and the work that I can do. So I do think you're in the right place.
Oh, thank you very much. I think I do think I'm in the right place too. From me being in the wrong place before, so I can tell I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you guys are, I just thought I'd do a little bit of an introduction. You guys are very similar. And the other cool thing is you guys are kind of starting in the same place, right? So Alicia is launching the six figure just like you. And then you guys, I think it'd be cool for Stuart, you to see Alicia and then Alicia to see you and be like, hey guys, we're running the same, we're kind of at the same place versus, like Ronnie's a few chapters ahead or Rivier's a
Yeah.
few ahead. So I think that would be cool for you guys. Kind of just being, starting from the same place. I think that would be cool for you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah. Um, I guess like Alicia, typically, this is not normal. Typically, the guys are in here by 6 o'clock. So I do want to kind of preface with that. Seems like a few of the guys, they had a few things going on. I really like to do introduction right at the very beginning and then get right into it. But we're 45 minutes in, so I probably will start here soon. I guess one thing I'll say is I'll let Ronnie talk for a little bit, just because Ronnie's a few chapters ahead. And Ronnie, what is kind of, off the top of your head, and you can take a minute to think about it. For Adisha, he's just starting out. What are maybe three tips that you can give him that you think will serve him really well in the next few months?
That's a great question. I have to think about that one
Yeah, yeah. What's maybe
because there's
one
so many things.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many things. So that's maybe just one piece of advice, Adisha. Is like when I say there's a lot, there's a lot. Um, and it's a good thing. But what's maybe one thing that you can think of that has helped you, obviously you've closed like, how, 7 deals, 8 deals in the last like 2 weeks. What would you say is like the number one thing that's attributed to that?
Definitely energy, number one, having a good tonality. Um, that's the number one thing. And then and another thing would be obviously the VSL before you go into your pitch, whatever the case may be. So that way, um, it basically gives them an overview of like what to expect and it kind of hypes them up. And um, essentially, I think a good VSL and just having good tonality are like one of the most important things when you get on these Zoom calls.
Cool. That's good,
Mhm.
good advice. So, Alicia, what he's talking about. So basically, he has niche down. Ronnie has, so he did the 6 figure 6 weeks, and then he niched down and he's specifically helping photographers. And
Okay.
he's basically helping photographers that do portraits and he's helping photographers that do weddings. So he's kind
Okay.
of helping both of them. And what we did is we put together something called a VSL, which is a video sales letter. And
Mm.
what that it's almost like you remember the 30K video you watched, step one, two, three, four, here's how to scale to 30K profit. He created something like that. Me and him spent like a month working on this video, literally a month. Like he would create a video, he sent it to me, I'd review it, give it back. I don't know, 20 revisions. I'm not joking. And
What?
yeah, a lot.
Yeah, it was insane. It was like I think like 20 or like 25, maybe even 30 revisions. It was insane.
Small,
Oh.
every small little thing, and that's what matters, right? And I'll explain. It'll make more sense as time progresses. But like, the better your marketing is, the worse your sales can be. The worse your marketing is, the better your sales have to be. And so, if you have really good marketing, and marketing is defined as everything that happens before a human is involved. So that's ads, that's content on YouTube, that's content emails, that's all that stuff. So the better that is, the worse you can be at sales. And so we
Mhm.
work really hard on the marketing material so that by the time people hopped on the sales call, Ronnie would make them watch that VSL, that video sales letter before the call. And if they didn't watch it, he would make them watch it on the call. And then he would take them through like the whole process from A to Z of like, okay, here's the ad, here's this, here's that. And that I think is a good reason that is a big reason as to why he's closing at such a high rate. That video sales letter. And I think that's what he's trying to get across. And me and you will create one of those as well once you've niched down. And then the second thing he's kind of getting at is like his energy. And again, his
Number
energy,
one, I think that's super big.
yeah, his energy was very different when he first hopped in versus now. And again, Adisha, I talked to you about that. And I said your energy and sales, like that's going to be. And again, you're hearing it not from me, but you're hearing it from somebody else. He's telling you as well. So I think there's some value in what Ronnie just shared.
Yeah,
Anything else you
energy.
want to? Is there anything else you want to throw in there, Ronnie, before I transition?
Um, if anything comes up, I'll let you guys know for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, Alicia, like, is there anything else that you want to go over? I'm gonna start with Stuart, and then I'm gonna move on to Ronnie, and then by the time I'm done with Ronnie, probably some of the other guys are gonna hop in.
No problem. I'm okay.
Okay. Stuart, how you doing, man?
Uh, just just busy, I guess would be the main thing. But I feel like I keep finding myself in the place where it's like where I left off, and then I get back to try to get back to that, and then I'm like, it just feels getting the momentum going again to go, okay, this is the next thing I need to do, and this is the next thing I need to do. I keep getting hung up in that, and then I get, 30 minutes an hour, and then I have something else I have to do. So I just feel like it's interruptions, but it's also like I think there's a bit of angst or fear or something about, you know, getting there and actually making this real and launching that first thing and then just leaping and trusting the parachute's going to work kind of.
I'm gonna lean at this point, Stuart, I'm gonna lean into the latter, you
Yeah.
know, because and I say that because, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on, but there's like an average amount of time that somebody will take, you know? And so from like because I have pretty close, I'm at, whenever we talk, I do ask you like, hey, what tasks do you have to do? Like what's left? And so
Hmm.
based off of the tasks that you had left to do, um, I think that you can launch. And I think that a big part of it, man, is like the angst and the anxiety. And
Sure.
so that's honestly like I would say maybe that's like 70% of it at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I'd
that's
say
that's what
that.
I'm yeah, I'm feeling like 70-80% is the angst, anxiety, the wondering of the pain that's going to come or what that I don't know what's brewing in your head in terms of what is holding you back. Maybe it's the thought of, oh my God, I'm gonna be so busy or I don't know. I don't know. And if that's something you need to talk through, I can do that with you if you think that will help. But I'm pretty solid at this point that that's what it is. It's 20% time at this point. It's 80% that because I know the tasks that you have to do in order to launch at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
Um, I think that's fair. I think you're right. It's just the like a bit of the, am I going to even have time to execute at this moment? Um, it's borrowing tomorrow's troubles a little bit and just thinking, oh, like, well, what if it is successful? Oh no, like that's so terrible. Like that's not really terrible at all. But it is like, okay, I know we've even talked about like it's mainly about getting this under my belt a little bit, getting the experience, understanding how it works. I don't even have to deliver anything if I want, and we can do the next steps or whatever. Um, and yeah, I don't know exactly the specifics of like why is it. There's a few little things like I think working. I'm just set up. I grabbed some stuff for my studio, a bigger monitor and things like that. Where sometimes I'm 43. My eyes are I've just started to notice getting a little hazy at times. So I'll be like working and suddenly I'm like, I can't see what the heck's going on. So yeah, I was like, I think it would be helpful to have something where it's like I'm not just staring at my laptop all day. I could stare at a bigger screen and make get a little further in my progress and even use separate screens and stuff to like go, okay, this one's over here, this is over here, little more real estate, all that. But that's not like the root cause or anything. It's just me going, this might help. But yeah, I think it's just down to getting the last few steps, the pixel, actually ads running for the page, like it's live technically right now. It's just not being marketed. So, um, and yeah, I think there's maybe a little inkling of a thought in the back of my mind that's like, I didn't do something right, or I missed a step, or something like that. So, I know there's a checklist, and I know all that, but I don't know, plethora of things.
Hmm. You said something along the lines of, what if it works?
Hmm.
Why is that scary? Is it scary because it's like, okay, almost like analysis paralysis because now a world of options opens up. You're like, oh, I could see myself doing this, 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 and now I have more anxiety. Is that it, or is there something else?
No, I'd say that's a little bit of it. Maybe more on my plate at that point. Like,
I
okay, now I have to focus on this even heavier, and I gotta start doing some sales calls and all that stuff.
I see.
So, which
That's
is
like,
good. I want to do that. I feel the pressure a little bit on the other stuff, the client stuff, especially Mission X,
yeah.
um, and trying to come up with a plan and all that for them. And then, I think I told you, but we may actually have there. This is an update. The Safe Place Online stuff. the guy who we thought might be able to take it over, and I could kind of, wipe my hands of it.
Yeah.
Uh, he ended up backing out,
Yeah.
but we have another connection to like a missions organization that might want to do it. And they're actually very interested, but they want to see it in action. So they want to see like 30 days of us doing it. So it's like, yay. Oh, crap. I still have to do it. Great. So that to me, I found out today. So that was a little bit of like a good news, bad news kind of situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to get it offloaded, and then uh, Tim, the CEO guy, he is going on like a sabbatical for 2 months or so. But he was reaching out today. He's like, "Hey, are we running these ads? Are we doing this and that?" And there's always something. There's always something like I'm trying to get these ads running on TikTok and for our Stand Up Dude podcast stuff, and it is um, the card he's given me now to run the ads and pay for them is requiring a code to go to him. So it's like, okay, every time I'm going to run an ad, I have to get a code to you and hope that you get it back to me in time. And then, so I was telling, and he's like, well, this worked fine before. And I'm like, I know it worked fine for me too. Now something changed. I don't know what changed. I'm not Citibank. I didn't put new security measures on your card, but anyway, it's just like nothing nothing just stays working, it feels like. So I'm instead of getting things done, I feel like I'm putting out fires and
Yeah.
chasing things around.
Yeah. Okay. So what I heard there was that if you launch this stuff and it starts working, I think what I'm hearing from you regarding that aspect is there's something that's going to happen in your mind where you're like, damn, this stuff does work. And now it's like I owe it to myself to put in the time and energy, and it's like I'm already so strapped for time and energy.
Hmm.
Is that a little bit of
Yeah,
okay,
I think so.
okay.
Um, but I will say this too. I think there's a little bit of hopefulness in the back of that too. Like, not that I would be like, oh, let's kick Mission X to the curb, but what I'd like to do is not be dependent on them for so much of my income. I
Yeah.
would like, so I know even what we've talked about, that might be a little shift from some of the things. It may not right away, but like get them going, get it lined up, and just have it work. I still would like to keep getting paid from them,
Yeah.
um, but I just want to get that as automated as possible, like as minimal. Once it's set, it's just like rinse and repeat, and then go, okay, now I can start doing stuff to grow my own business and my own additional revenue and start paying off some credit cards, things like that.
Um, okay. So I have thoughts. I have
Sure.
not shared them with you. I'm just kind of observing you from afar. And again, like I said, I was thinking about maybe creating a video for you. Um, but I wanted to, again, I just wanted to kind of see things through. I wanted to see you launch and I want to see what happened. If it was like, if you weren't able to launch by like this week, I would have definitely like sent that video over. So I will say that.
Okay.
It's not like a doom and gloom video. It's not like a bad thing. It's just like a, hey, here's a perspective from a third person who's been watching you, and
Hmm.
maybe that will be beneficial to you.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
Um, have you, and again, I'm not pressing you for this, but again, I've been watching you. Um, in terms of Mission X Mission, have you thought more about our initial conversation of you adding more value there, and being able to make more there? Have you thought more about that?
I have, yeah. I think I do think there's a possibility there. I think it would be a little while before they would see that, see the need. I do think that I did talk with like Pedro, the COO, about the school community and everything else, and figuring out a way to go, hey, look, if I could make the school community basically replace what you're paying me, and now like yeah, kind of that, like do it in increments and go, so you can afford more, and if I can continue to add value there, can we add money to the pot so that I have the ability to amp it up even better and get more done, hire more
When
people or whatever.
When was this conversation?
Um, a week ago, maybe.
Okay. Okay. And then what happened?
He liked, he was kind of on board for the same idea. We didn't really go any further than that. I think everything right now is like what's most in front of us and pressing. So, we're trying to get all those other things taken care of. But
Okay.
he didn't seem
Okay.
opposed
Good.
to me. Yeah.
Good. Good. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like listening to you in terms of like, I'm kind of trying to understand like his energy and how that conversation went, and also like paying attention to you. Like, there's a certain energy you had when I initially brought it up, and I'm seeing kind of like a different type of energy a little bit here now.
Mhm.
So I think we're moving in the direction that I am thinking like I'm not saying we're going to go that way, but it's like the fact that you seem comfortable. And it's like, hey, I had this conversation. You know, he didn't say anything negative or anything. So it's like that there's a door there potentially that I can kind of explore. And so I
Yeah.
just seeing that. Okay, good. In terms of client work, you have Mission X Mission. What else? You said something about client work earlier today. Are there other things you're dabbling in right now other than Mission X Mission?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have the client who's a financial advisor, but he's neck deep in a bunch of stuff he's working on right now. So like we didn't record anything this last month, so that was one thing. There were some deliverables and things for that. Um, I my studio space that I have is actually free to me right now, uh, because the guy who I have it through, he owns a company that makes like wallets and belts and things like that. Called they started with like rubber rings, like wedding rings, um, called Groove Life, and they in exchange he wants to do a show, and he was supposed to start like last September, and then kept kind of pushing it out. He finally just recorded last week. So but right now it's like that's kind of free work a little bit, like and the arrangement, the agreement was we can record for you, we can give you all the files, and then your team can edit because they have their own like videography editing team. But I think he wants to have us edit too. So now we have to, that's not part of the arrangement, and he knows. So he's like, so we can pay you like the difference or whatever, and all that. But it's just one more thing of like, okay, I gotta keep
How
keep my
long
mind
does
aware of what's going on there.
how long does this take? So all the way from like pre-production to production to post-production, you keep like how long is this process? Like 3 days, like 4 days, 5 days? Like realistically, how long is this?
Realistically, I usually about a week, I would say. Like they come in, they record 2 episodes. Usually it's about 3 hours. And then my engineer is also my editor, so I just hand it off to him. He edits, he gets it back to me. Right now, like it's just in the what do you guys think? Are there any changes you want to make phase? And then um, but usually it's like it's fine. And then if I don't know if they're going to want me to like distribute as well, so upload
And
thumbnails.
how much are they paying?
Well, I mean, at the moment, zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
But
I think what I'm gonna tell them is like it per episode, it'd be an additional $500. So I can pay my editor, and then I would make a little bit off of that, but not much. So
so how much would you be netting
I
per
think that
month?
per month, if they anywhere from 1,000 to two, well, net, I'd probably net 1,400 bucks, 1,500 bucks maybe off. Well, maybe a little less, 1,200. I don't know. I gotta depends on how long it takes to
So
edit.
so you do what you want to do. I will tell you, I think that your time is better spent elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna largely just heap it over to my editor and let him handle most of the approval process and everything else, and just say, hey, this is once you're done, shoot it to him, get all that done. It's unfortunately it's part of my agreement, with them for the space. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So
So I kind of have to deliver.
it's not necessarily 1,400, it's 1,400 plus the space that you get. That's
Yeah,
real.
yeah. which they have as like a 3,000 a month type of thing in the
Okay,
package. It's probably
if
less,
that
really, but
so if you're talking 1,400 and then rent spaces, let's just say 2,000, it's really at 3,500 per
yeah.
month. It's like okay, I understand that. Okay. Fair. Um, okay. Um, yeah. In terms of financial advisor, how much are you making from that guy? Right now,
So
I know he's in a hiatus, but
what am I doing? I think about 600 an episode off of him because he's doing like short 15 to 20-minute episodes. Um, so he's typically recording when things are cruising twice a month, maybe. So we get about 4 episodes out of that. But he's releasing every 2 weeks. Um, and so a lot of that's where a lot of my time actually gets eaten up is in the upload, thumbnails, titles, get it on YouTube, get it on platforms and things like that.
let's do this. I think this might help me. And I'm not going anywhere with this, Stuart. I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to get an idea. What I think would be helpful is like let's take each of your clients and maybe put down how many hours you're putting in per week. So how many hours would you say you're putting in per week here? Realistically, not overshooting, not undershooting, just
Yeah.
realistic. And what I say is like, hey, look,
Realistically,
go ahead.
20 to 25 hours probably for them.
Okay. And then in terms of, and so should I, so that the amount that you're making, should I subtract anything for like an editor or anybody else that you're working together with?
Um, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How much should I subtract?
Uh, Probably about $1,000.
So that's your dollar per hour there. Let's go ahead and break down the next person.
The financial advisor.
Yeah. So
Uh,
realistically, everything can.
they're 595 an episode. So yeah, just round to 600, I guess. But and then editing and everything for that is probably I'd think of probably $150 to the editor.
So what I'm trying to do is I'd like to, because I know you have a breakdown episodes, let's just average things out where I'm trying to figure out your average dollar per hour per month.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, then just I would say on a safe side, probably 11.95. Like 2 episodes are usually normal per month. Um, and
So
then
let
of that, I'm probably spending $300 to the editor.
and then how much are you getting paid?
Out of that,
So how many, wait, sorry, how many hours is this? Would you say it takes you up cumulatively over a week? Or 25 hours. So actually I did the math wrong here. So I said 24 hours per week. So this is not your dollar per hour. That's my bad. 25 times 400. So 7,000 divided by 100. You're looking at $70 an hour here. Um, okay. So this one, how many hours per week would you say on average, the financial advisor?
um, no more than 6, probably.
6 hours per week, which equals 24, right? 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 24 hours per month. So 1195 minus 300 divided by 24, $37 per hour here. So that's what we're looking at there. All right. So if my math is correct, 24 hours, 25 hours per week here, 6 hours per week here. After everything, we're looking at $70. So this is significantly higher than this,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So this is like basically working, you're basically working like 12 hours here, right?
yeah.
Okay. Any, should we break down the next so should we break down, so the person that you just started working with, how confident are we that that's going to turn into like a client?
I mean, they 100%. It's
Okay.
just them paying for editing out of the package since they're basically giving me the space for trade.
So
So,
what should I put down? This is the financial advisor. What do I pin them down as?
Groove Life.
Okay. So how many hours per week would you say?
Let's see. I think we did recording like 2 to 3 hours the first two episodes total. So, and then editing is probably 3 hours per, 3 to 4 hours per episode.
But you're not editing. Obviously, you have somebody
I'm
else.
not. No, no, no. The
So,
editor.
so what I'm asking, and that was the case also here. Like this one is pretty obvious to me that that's your 24 hours because you're so hands-on. With these people, the question I'm asking is like, how many hours are you putting in of your time and energy where you have to be fully present? Not like editing hours or anything like that because you have somebody else. Like if you said, oh, 5 hours per week work and then 1 hour communicating with the editor, then that would be your 6 hours. So that's what I'm asking you in terms of your hours here. So same thing here. So first of all, do I have your hours correct here?
I think I actually it's probably lower than that, probably 5 hours actually.
Okay. So 5 times 4 is 20 hours. We're talking about 20 hours per month here. So we're looking at 1195 minus 300 divided by 20. We're looking at about $44 per hour here then. So Groove Life, what are we looking at in terms of hours per week?
There I would just guess it's only been the one, so it probably probably 5 hours of
Um,
mine.
and then we're thinking it's going to be $2,000 space plus they're paying, you're making about 1,500. So we're looking at about 3,500 divided by 3,500 divided by 20 hours divided by 20 hours, which equals, that's actually relatively high. Or 1,500 divided by 20, so, or $75 per hour. Okay. Anything else that you have going on?
Um, oh, I have one another guy that he just records like an audio podcast like once every other month maybe.
Okay.
He wants to go to video, but he hasn't yet. So, and he's like 275 for coming in for the hour, and then I just have the editor, mix and edit. Um,
So that
so
takes an
it's a
hour.
pretty small amount.
So so like realistically, should I put down like 30 minutes a week if we break it all down, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
30
If
minutes
yeah.
per week, which equals 2 hours per month. And you said you're pocketing how much?
From that, I'm probably pocketing, let's just say 175.
So you're looking at $87 per hour then. Okay. Um, so this is telling me obviously you're putting in 25, 30, 35. I mean, you're putting a solid, full time, obviously balance that with your personal life. You've got like the podcast with your wife and some other things that you're doing. So I can
Yeah.
see how like there's like very little time in.
Yeah.
Um, I
And
have, I'm gonna,
we've been, we do music and stuff. So we're volunteering, I guess you could say, at a church at the moment for a friend leading the music there,
so
which
let's
is
go and let's just write down all these miscellaneous things that you do and then just like how many hours you put in per week.
okay. Yeah, this one was not too much, but probably like it's on a Sunday. So I think we were there for 5 hours, plus maybe 2 hours of prep. And then we're going to be doing that for the next 2 weeks.
And then what else you got going on?
Um, my podcast with my wife, which fortunately she's a little more active and engaged on that end with like social stuff and all that, taking care of it. But there's still the like we're editing ourselves. She's actually been editing, which is kind of nice. Um, but there's definitely more time poured into that. I would say we probably are putting a good 7 hours or more a week, just trying to prep. Well, no, that's probably not true. Let's just say 5 hours a week on average. Um, and that involves like recording and editing and planning and writing, scripting, um, releasing, all that kind of stuff. Um,
Other things you got going on?
I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Um, oh, we're going to be starting this counseling training course next week, this week, Wednesday. It'll be every week, Wednesday night, and that'll probably be 5 or 6 hours of coursework each week.
Okay. Anything else?
Um, Thinking of taking up golf. No, I'm kidding. I think that's all I can think of at the moment.
So, so that's what the average week's looking like for you.
That sounds about right.
Have you done an exercise like this before for yourself?
Not written, probably. No.
You know, what, how do you feel, or what are maybe some of your initial thoughts, um, looking at it like this?
Well, feels a little validating to be honest. It's like, okay, I'm keeping busy. I feel like there's still time. Like everything is, it's not a regular job, so there's a lot of downtime in between things. So I feel like there's some space to be more disciplined in. And then I think there's also just some stuff where um, clearly there's a full schedule there. So there's probably some stuff that I either need to cut back or hit pause or whatever for a bit.
There's Hormozy talks about this, and I can tell you from my own experience as well, is like he talks about how the very beginning of his days, from like 5 o'clock to like 5 a.m. to like maybe 11 o'clock or 2, it's just uninterrupted. It's just him doing whatever heavy task he needs to work on or whatever skill he needs to build or whatever. And then from like maybe 2 to like 3 or 4, he'll take meetings and that's his day. He won't do anything else.
Yeah.
Another thing that he said is something along the lines of whenever you're working with somebody who's like a creator or something, let's say you work with like an editor or a script writer or something, he said you cannot expect to have like a world-class marketer, script writer, whatever the heck their job is, if you keep butting them in with meetings. So what's best for them is to just have like maybe 3 days where it's just deep thinking and then 2 days of calls and then 2 days, like break it up that way so that it's not a bunch of stuff. And I
Yeah.
bring that up because when I look at you, you said that to me earlier. It's like, hey man, whenever I try to get stuff done, it's like interrupted. I'm doing this for 30. I'm talking about the later person there.
Yeah.
It's like you try to do something, and what we're doing here is not like brute force. It's not like driving a car where you can be aimless and mindless. You have to really sit down, and there's a lot of thinking, a lot of intention behind what we're doing here. It's going to require you to build a tremendous amount of skills. And a lot of what you're doing here, this is like brute force for you, I think, because you've been doing this for so long and you're just kind of like, okay, I got to write the email, I got to do the thing. You're not really, maybe I could be wrong here. I'm not trying to be overly assumptuous here, but I would assume you've been working with so for long. It's just about writing the email, it's right, doing the thing, it's doing the darn thing. There's not a lot of sitting down and building skills that are new to you. And same here, same here, same here. It's just doing the thing that you've been doing. So it's like, oh, I film 5 weddings a month. Okay, I got to do 10 now. That just means a little bit less sleep, but I'm not I don't have to learn a whole bunch of stuff versus like now maybe part of what you're dealing with is like you're having to train these parts of your mind and build these skills, which is like extra taxing on your brain. So it's like something that is like this taxing for you feels this taxing
Sure. Yeah.
because it's just like again, you got to use certain parts of your brain and you're already so limited on time and
Yeah.
energy.
Well, and
Um,
even just thinking like this would explain me thinking adding more to my plate doesn't actually sound appealing. So
no,
doing something that could do that feels a little
I
reckless.
yeah, I can see how I just seeing it broken down like this, I understand your perspective. I understand what you're kind of going through with the funnel and everything. So, but what I will say is this further pushes my narrative. This further pushes what I've been telling you and why this to me was very obvious. Obviously, we have to write the numbers down, maybe for you to see it, but for me, I could already see it based off what you have told me is like, this just makes sense. This just makes more sense. You got all this stuff going on. Um, to me, it's like obvious, like, hey, look at the dollar per hour there compared to these other three. Like
Yeah.
significantly lower. So maybe it's like, okay, we can already shave off 5 hours and maybe not take the 5 hours and give that 5 hours to yourself for grace and to breathe and build skills. And yeah, you're taking a step back, you're making less money, but it's look at how different it's compared to these other two. Night
Yeah.
and day. Um, but this kind of also goes back to my thing of like, okay, well, what if we just take your dollar per hour here and we go to, $100 per hour, $120 per hour. Like it's possible, I think, to do that. It's possible to
Yeah.
take this $120 per hour to get rid of this, to maybe get rid of like some of this stuff here. So
Yeah.
you're making more dollars per hour and you're getting your life back.
Yep.
So you're doing two things. You're making way more dollars per hour for the hours that you are working, and you're reducing the amount of hours you're working. That's why I kind of led with that about a month ago. To me, it was very obvious. Um,
Hmm.
you know, I'm not gonna harp on and push on it, but I'm just trying to like paint a picture for you here for you to maybe sleep on some of this stuff and take this into account.
Yeah.
Um,
I think, like I said, I think that the COO anyway, he's open to that
he's open.
increasing.
Yeah,
It's still like we still have to do it, make the numbers work, make sense. But I think since we just went through this whole negotiation process to get to where we were,
yeah, yeah,
because we went from
yeah.
5 to 8K,
Yeah.
and um, and I still feel like I think for them, they're, oh, that's a lot of money. We're paying you a lot of money, and or, yeah, it is. But then when I see it's like, okay, well, 1,000 of that's going out. I'm getting 7K. $70 an hour is not bad, but it's not amazing. Um, so I'm like, okay, how and I think, okay, I don't want to, this is just where my mind goes with it. It's like, do I need another client like them? I'm like, well, I can't really get another client like them because, I just keep adding 25 hours a week
Yeah.
to my bucket. Like that's I just I guess I can start taking meth and just never sleep, but no, just kidding. But yeah, it weighs on me for sure. And I I don't know. I feel I miss honestly I miss having one job and just doing that and making whatever I was making, I don't know, $90 an hour or something like that. But like that would be nice sometimes. That's kind of my fantasy. Sometimes it's just like, can I just get a single job and I can show up and do my work and get my paycheck and then not have to worry about all the other things. But then I'm like, but then I'm capped. That's all I got. That I can't go anywhere else.
To me, it makes sense in my head in terms of the plan of action, but like do you see a way out for yourself that makes sense? When you say those things to me of like, Koshik, I want to create this podcast offer and this and that, in my mind, I'm like, where's the time?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Um, so to me, I don't know, I don't know if this is the best example. And again, this is like all the stuff that we're talking about, kind of foreshadowing. This is some of the stuff I was going to mention in that video, but like, there's so many stories that you hear about the guy who, he's got the boat and he's got the car and he's got this, he's got that, but then he's literally just one paycheck away from it all crumbling because everything is like financed and this and that and just
Yeah.
then you're on this hamster wheel. You're just running and running and you can't get off. You can't get off. You can't get off because the world will crumble. Um, like what do you like where like with what you see here, what do you think the solution is?
Well, I definitely think it's raising the dollar per hour and probably for those who can't, like trimming them from, letting some clients go or whatever. But um, yeah, and I'm fine with it. I think like the month guy, if he I can either convert him to a higher paying client. I quoted him like I was like, hey, because I think he's paying 275. I'm like, it would be 750 an episode. Um, so that would be a nice jump.
Yeah.
But he also is still very hit or miss on recording. It's like he's had to cancel and reschedule the last couple because he's always dependent on other people he's trying to book and everything. Um, I like to me, I've even thought, what if my whole business was just we give you your files and you go. You come in, you book the space by the hour. It's $250 an hour. You book it minimum of 2 hours, and every day we just fill up the schedule, give you your files, and leave, and don't do anything else after that. Like that could work, but I think the attraction is right now, oh, you mean you'll edit and you know how to do all this? Like most people don't know how to do any of that, and then they're still going to need an editor. And so um, I think the other side of it is okay, well, I have an editor I'm working with, but he has limited capacity too. So I can hire another guy, get good deals. There's even deals, I'm sure there's catches, but I've been getting Facebook ads for like unlimited editor. You send it to them, it's less than $1,000 a month. Just send everything, they get it done in like 48 hours or something. I'm like, cool, that's great. But there's fear around that too. I'm like, I don't know. You get what you pay for, I think. So I'm not real sure that just remote editing everything and
Yeah, it's probably not the move.
yeah. And a lot of guys I feel like they can edit video, but they suck with audio and they don't know a thing about compression and that kind of stuff, which is what I'm actually better at. But um yeah. But yeah, I do see your point and I appreciate it is helpful to just put it in front of me and go, here's reality. There's no ambiguity in everything. I'm not looking at it and thinking, oh, that's not that big a deal. I'm sure it's all going to work out. It's actually on paper. Well, figuratively.
So for me, I'm gonna sleep on this, get back to you if my thoughts change. Because they might change after this, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing here and go back and forth with you. But to me, it's very obvious, take something like this and maybe get your time back a little bit. Um, this stuff I don't, I can't speak on that. That's your personal life. That's stuff that you got. But maybe it's, maybe reflect, look at yourself in the mirror and kind of figure out, and that was what my video was going to be, is like, have a hard look and be like, okay, well, sometimes, we sacrifice the short term for the long term.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
we
for
make
sure.
them, sometimes again, I don't know how important. So like, are these things that need to be done, or can you sleep a little bit more? Can you do certain things so that you can get your time back in the future, in 6 months, in a year?
Yeah,
Are there that can be done?
yeah.
Uh,
Well, even the podcast with my wife, like right there, I'm like, it doesn't need to make a bunch of money, but I think we could get to where it actually has some income generating. We had a post go viral on TikTok and Instagram, with a few 100,000 views and thousands of shares, likes, all that. So I was like, oh, there's something to this, like as far as there's interest. And I know I'm not going to be getting offers tomorrow or something like that, but if I could just get that to where it's like we can record and then we're not editing ourselves. We're just handing it off and it gets done. That's where I would like to be. It's more of a passion thing for us, but um and yeah,
So yeah, that's cool. Can I speak openly? Just
go
is that
for it.
okay? So
Always.
so here's where my mind is. Again, I could be wrong. I need to maybe sleep on this and get back to you. I will if my thoughts are I don't feel good about what I'm about to say. To me, remember when I said it's not worth it? For one of the things. But when we do the numbers, it's like, okay, it is certainly worth it. If this really is like the value, it's like, okay, it's certainly worth it. The number is number, right? Because that's your highest dollar per hour earned, even higher than Mission X Mission.
Yeah.
So keep this guy. If this is like not the cost of the room, it's still 75 an hour. This is still your highest dollar per hour other than the month guy. Month guy makes sense if you want to, I don't know how much time and energy it takes in order to like book, rebook, or if it causes issues, double booking, whatever. Doesn't seem to be much of an issue. Seems like worth keeping. This one probably can trim this. This I'd say have a hard look and have a conversation. I will tell you, my again, if I'm talking openly, I would not be banking on something going viral that we can make a crap ton of money from this. Is not going to be for a year, 2, 3 years,
Sure.
realistically, if you can crack it. If you're
Yeah.
doing it for passion and if it's for the marriage, if it's for that, something along the lines of that, and like that's an important part of your life, okay, great. But if not, and this is kind of just like maybe it's not something that's required for the marriage, for the life, for fulfillment. If it's not required, then what we're doing is we're doing something that is, you're depriving yourself today and the time that you and I have together. Because I only have so much time with you. I only have so much energy with you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's, you know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, well, where are you going to spend your time? Where are you going to spend your energy? And so it's like, can I have a hard look at my, are there certain things I can do? There's certain things I can cut off. Is there certain things I can change? I don't know. That's only you can answer that one. But my advice to you is to look yourself in the mirror and make that decision, have a conversation with your family if you need to. Um, to me, the reality is this, and this is the straight up reality, Stuart. Part of the reason I'm having you do the 6 figure 6 weeks is because I want you to see the amount of work. I am trying to scare the crap out of you in a way. I want you to endure pain because I want you to see how hard it is. I
Yeah.
do. It is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And when we do that, that's the reason I kind of do the 6 figure 6 weeks is to build all the skills, but then also it kind of hardens people. They have calluses on their hands so that when I take them to the 7 figure niche and stuff, it's like they're ready for that. Ronnie was ready for that. Ronnie spent a long time in the 6 figure, like far longer than you need to, like 7 months. But because I hardened his in-game calluses, now he's closing deals left and right. The kid's good now, but if I didn't take him through that journey, he wouldn't have been. And I didn't let him quit. I just kept fight, 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 and now he's good. And the reality is, to me, it's very obvious. To me, it's very obvious that what we're gonna have to do is, and we don't know. Here's the thing, Stuart, and I told you from day one, is like I don't know. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my best with you. I'm gonna try, but we're trying something completely new that we haven't done with the school thing. And I'm giving you resources like Mason gave you that video. We want to tackle that, but that's gonna take us like that's a 6 month, 1 year journey, man. Like
Sure. Yeah.
straight up. But I think financially, this is your best move. I think that us figuring out how to use follower ads and grow a podcast and an offer, man, dude, that's like a year and a half down the road. Like again, this is me just being very honest with you, very blunt with you. If first we have to crack school with these guys while it's easy, while you have the grace of these guys that have a tremendous amount of money where you're not sweating bullets for us to practice here. And then
Yeah.
once we crack that, and that's going to take us 6 months, 9 months to crack that. Once we have cracked that, then it's like, okay, now you can maybe even get rid of these guys entirely because we launched this podcast style offer. You close 5 deals a month. Each of them you charge 5K for consulting coaching. That's what life can look like in 2, 3 years, in 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
But you got to get there.
Are you saying taking that offer, like the one, basically what we ended up doing for them, and that will be the offer of
Yeah.
whatever we're doing for others? I got you.
But we
Yeah.
got to crack it here. And so what I'm saying is, in my opinion, your best bet is for us to crack it here. And while we crack it here, to simultaneously increase your income so that you're not hurting from losing money at other places. So we have to
Yeah.
crack it here. We have to make more money here. We have to commit 6 months, 9 months. And once it's done, here in about a year and a half, we can say mission X mission, maybe again, now you bring more people on, you're making way less money from these guys because you're not worried about it because you're talking to these other people and you're close them on $5,000 consulting deals. And then eventually maybe you get to a place like, hey, mission X, I have them, don't have whatever.
Yeah.
That seems like, so again, what you need to do is you need to cut stuff from your life so that we can make the space in your life to kind of go down that path. To me, that's very obvious. I don't know about you in terms of like other stuff going on where you're like, Koshik, you're not seeing this. You don't understand that I have this thing around the corner and that's why I can't fully do what you're suggesting. Um, those are some of my just verbal diarrhea thoughts.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. I get it. I think with the financial advisor, I could at the very least like just go, hey, we're just going to do this, reducing the amount we're doing and everything else. And um, I think the month guy we can we can get by without him. I basically do most months. Um, and then Groove Life, they I guess technically they'd be adding to the bottom line, which is good. Um, so yeah, I think we're like even my business model at the moment, the way where everything gets the bottleneck for me is the actual deliverability at the end. Getting getting stuff obviously the approval process is something, but it's really in the now we got to upload, now we've got to create thumbnails. Now we've got to create uh the descriptions and the titles and things that actually convert and aren't just like crap and distribute those all over the place and everything. So I want to I want to remove that from my plate too, because I think that would free up even more of my time. They could still get what they're getting, but I wouldn't be the one having to do the work, I guess.
Hmm.
So maybe there's some magic in there as well. Uh,
Maybe.
I had my editor, I told him that this last weekend, we met and kind of went over some things because for Mission X, we had a guy who had been doing all the vertical reels from clips of the show. Um, and
But the
we,
question becomes, how are you going to find that guy? Like you already are so strapped for time. How are you going to find and train and
yeah,
all
true.
that stuff? So it's like, can you maybe go to your engineer and say, hey, dude, here's the deal, man. I'm gonna give you a $2,000 fat check. Here's your job. You got to go to this person, create the SOP, create the video, whatever, train that person. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because where's the time
yeah.
to
I
train?
think that is actually, I mean, that's what I'm going to do with my engineer editor. He's going to be doing vertical reels. He's going to be doing stuff. I'm having him, I'm like, hey, you don't need to upload it to Frame only. And then I'm downloading it again so I can upload it again to YouTube. Like I gave him access to YouTube. I'm like, you just upload them. Uh, don't post them live. I'll go on. I can review them there, but it saves me a half an hour each video to not have to download and re-upload and all that crap. So I'm trying to like find things to cut, but I also know that's pennies versus like dollars, that we could be saving
Yeah.
or not wasting time wise.
Last thing I'll just to talk about before because we've talked about a lot of stuff here and probably giving you a lot to think about.
Yeah.
What can I do, man? Anything I can do?
I don't know. Sorry, I screenshot that just so I can
Good,
that
good.
with
I'm glad.
chat.
I'm glad.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's dumb because it's like I know I have the videos. I feel like I'm just in that like I need my hand held a little bit as I cross this finish line of getting really actually jumping both feet in and I'm truly committed to getting things launched. So I don't know what that would involve if it's just reaching out to you as I'm like doing something or step by step or anything like that. But yeah, that's basically all I can think of.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can do is I can do this kind of stuff, I think, or maybe give you a different perspective. You got to move around what you got to move around, but clearly you got to move some stuff around. You got to endure, a week of pain. You got to just endure it with that six figure, and then you're done. And then me and you, I'll hop back in the saddle and help you here. That's kind of
Yeah.
where I'm at, I think,
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Um, I felt like there was something I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's kind of unrelated. My buddy Pedro, the COO, he has a friend who just launched a school community, and it's something. The guy was like a producer, creative actor, artist, something or other. But apparently, it's on track to be the most successful school community in school history, like 1 million in a month. And I don't know the guy, I don't know any of that, but I'm like, I'm gonna talk to this guy and find out like what did you do? But so if that were part of this whole thing, that would be amazing too. If we could figure out like, oh yeah, I can do this and I can quickly get things to scale. I could get, use this as part of their funnel, or this is the main game, whatever. Um, so yeah, I think I would just share that to be like,
Meeting with Tony.
Ronnie, can you mute yourself? Actually, I'll go and mute him for. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think that'd be
yeah.
really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything else top of mind for you, Stuart?
No, nope. I think that is all.
Okay.
Free to move along.
Yeah, no. I'm glad we did this exercise.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, good, good. I think it helped me as much as I think, it helped me a lot, as well.
Sure.
Um, so cool. I This week I'm gonna hand you a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna press you a little bit because I want to see you get launched. Okay.
You got it.
Okay. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything, just reach out. Okay. Okay. All right. Ruby, are you there? All right. So, hey, we have a new member. And so Stuart kind of introduced himself and he introduced himself, Stuart and Ronnie, but I figured we could have him introduce himself and you get to know him a little bit. But Alicia, you know, obviously we have this call so the guys can go back and listen to it and review it. But if you want to, um, give us a quick 5 minute introduction of like who you are, what brought you here, what you're trying to learn, and then I will actually ask Daniel your question that you had. But yeah, Alicia, if you want to introduce yourself really quick to reviewer.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. I've had a bit of my introduction before, but my name is Adeshola. I'm um I am a creative based in Toronto, Canada. And what brought me here was the fact that I saw um Coach Shake's ad that spoke really to my specific need at a point in time. At the point I saw Coach Shake's video, I was already on a coaching program, but it wasn't really saying what I really want. You understand? Like it was more of other things like teaching me how to edit and all like that. I don't want to learn how to edit, especially in Premiere Pro. Sorry, no shades to Premiere Pro users. Sorry. I use DaVinci Resolve Studio, which in my opinion, is superior to Premiere Pro. And I actually also teach people how to use that software. And I am signing on a class that's supposed to improve my income, improve my career or whatever it is that was promised in the ad. And you're teaching me how to use Premiere Pro. For someone like me who is new in Canada, who is just getting my feet off, getting used to the billing system, how you have to be ready to do everything within a month. You have to pay rent, pay insurance, pay this and pay that. And, my hobby is off the roof and I'm juggling between freelancing, doing all of this, giving people 24 videos and 10 edited images and editing concerts, putting all the sound design, sound effects, exporting DCP for a film that I directed, shot and edited and color graded and all of these things, having sleepless nights and creating time to just go on top of a coaching class to learn how to use Premiere Pro, bro. I mean, that was really not it for me. So I saw Coach Sheik's ad, which spoke straight in. Oh, you're gonna learn this, that, this, and then this time you're gonna, 6 weeks, which is what really actually drew me to what that was. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna actually just sign up. I signed up, and yeah, it has been what I expected. I just started. Today is my first time on coaching call. I'm still going through the course, hoping to launch my first ad on Thursday. And yeah, that is pretty much what it is about introducing myself and why I'm here. I'm here, so that leads me to the question that I wanted to ask anybody, which I kind of, I've heard from Stewart, which I think um, Stewart is actually a little bit similar to, how and what I do. So, in Koshik's word, I'm an artsy fartsy person, like I'm a creative. I love camera. I love to shoot. I love to, you know, and all. And when Koshik's actually analyzed my Instagram, he immediately told me, from your Instagram, this is how much you probably make on an average a month. And these are the people that find your content fascinating, which is not what we're trying to do. So he was able to notice that most of the people who find my content fascinating are videographers and people who are probably, if they will hire me, will be like a second shooter or something, and divide whatever income on any gigs they are having that is not even enough for them and all. So, and I don't want that to be my niche or anything. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, this guy probably knows what he's doing, and I'm ready to learn whatever he has to, teach me and all. But now back to the main question is, right now I'm in a space where I'm kind of, letting go, like I'm doing a crossover mentally and probably physically to um from being a videographer or video centered, business to more marketing or, ad centered and everything. And I wanted to know who could relate with me. How were you able to let go of the feelings you get, getting to, create really nice, you know, stuff, even though getting enough money from it or something. How were you able to shift your mindset into, okay, this is what it is now? I saw some of Koshik's video that he made in the 11 hours video that I watched, and they are dope. Like, how were you able to like stop doing that and to posting only one time a year or something, and just focusing on things like this? I mean, I am making that leap mentally. I've had some internal battles and struggles and everything, but yeah, how were you guys able to do that? Because you know it is
One
what
thing
it is.
that one thing that Adishla left out is his background was in, doing like Netflix type of stuff back in Nigeria. So the guy knows his stuff. Like I've seen it, if you guys can share your social media, but like his stuff is really good. And so I mentioned you, Revere. I said, hey, when Revere hops on, maybe we can have Revere give you his perspective because I've seen your stuff as well, Revere, and your stuff is beautiful. And yeah, you can, and you still shoot a little bit, of course. And you still shoot a little bit, but you've, really, embraced like the marketing ads and SMA stuff. So I think Alicia's question is just like, how did that happen for you, or how are you able to do that? Or did you, if you dealt with any like changing your behavior, how did you do it? And if you remember, Revere, it's been, I don't know, a year, 2 years since I created that video for you. I said, hey man, if you're gonna hop into this world, the stuff that you learned from that other program and the artsy fartsy video stuff, man, I don't do that here. And so if you, hop in this world, man, this is what it is. So I guess like I don't know, I'm rambling, but like do you have like 2 cents you want to share with Adishla?
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of, yeah, I relate to how you started. And yeah, it is, in terms of you feel like you're transitioning. Yeah, I mean, for me, I was doing the videos, I was doing all these things, and for me, it was just, it just, for me, at least personally, I don't know if you could relate to this, but I just felt like I would make such a beautiful masterpiece and I would give it to the client and they would just post it. There's no strategy. It was just like to me is like the more cinematic, the better I get. It's just going to make my videos blow up or it's going to make my videos do something. And it really wouldn't do anything. I'd have videos that were uh, more poor quality do better than videos that were high quality. So it started making me question my whole self-identity because my self-identity was tied around how cinematic I was, how much gear knowledge I knew, how much I knew about composition and how to tell a story. And then it became a thing where it's like all those things, even when the stars align, it wouldn't actually help anybody. Like it wouldn't do anything. So it just made me threw me in for a loop in terms of being like what am I doing this for and where is it going? So that's when I was more open to the whole like, when Koshik was kind of showing me planting the seed on what he's kind of up to and doing, it made sense. It made sense that more thought process had to be into the distribution strategy, like what happens after the video,
Yeah.
what the video is being used for, like what's the goal, what's the strategy, what's the blueprint. Because ultimately, if you could give value to this world, you get value back, right? In forms of currency, relationships, energy in general. So to me, it's just like I felt like I was not serving no one with my videos, and I was almost a hole in their pocket. But being able to learn meta ads, learn distribution, it's not just like, hey, you press a button and it works. And even though there are campaigns that do that, it actually makes you, when you work on your own stuff, you kind of learn marketing and a new perspective, and that will only come with time, like right now I feel like you probably feel like where I was in the beginning of feeling overwhelmed, feeling like, can I do this? Feeling like all this stuff. But so long as you take it, day by day, step by step, and you're going up a ladder and you don't actually see it, and then by the time, as so long as you don't quit, you look behind you, you realize you went up a whole staircase. You went up a whole flight of stairs. And you may not see it now, but it really takes time. So hopefully that helped you a little bit. But I hope that answered a little bit of what you were kind of
Yeah,
uh
yeah, I could relate, especially with the part where you said you were like a hole in your pocket because I mean eh, if you are imagining that the better or sharper or more movement or more sound design or the flashes or the visual candies that you can do is what is actually gonna sell something or bring sales or something to people who are actually oriented on that, then it is not even something I was thinking on before. So I was able to get that, and I have actually seen one in effect. Like I was sharing to Koishik before you guys joined, I was able to have conversation with the business owner, and I see how, their face lit up immediately when I could like, discussing numbers, and I'm telling them, yo, I'm able to do this and that, and I felt like a politician, giving campaigns, and I was so I mean, I'm still learning how that works, and I guess it's gonna be very amazing if the fact that I am saying these things and actually I am able to deliver on them, then that's godlike, where I'm able to help people. I'm able to like, yo, bro, this and this is what is wrong. I'm gonna do this and this, and you're gonna see this. And actually, I did that and that, and they saw that. Oh yeah, good. I feel good about that actually. I feel like That's what's gonna, you know, yeah, really sell me on into how big I'm gonna get into this. I'm learning baby steps, like you said. It was just difficult. And part of that is actually finding a niche for myself because I felt like, yo, I can do everything really well, not just do it. I mean, really well. Like, how am I gonna just pick one? Yeah, I mean, if it comes to this, I'm gonna kill it. If it comes to that, I'm gonna kill it. Yeah, it takes my time and energy away, but the point is I'm killing it. And so why am I gonna just pick one when I can do everything? So I think I got my answer to that too. That I'm gonna do testing, and the one I'm finally gonna be able to niche down on the one that has the most numbers for me when I take this thing, the testing and all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and yeah,
So I think
I'm
yeah.
I'm pumped.
This is the most energetic, by the way, Rivier. This is the most energetic he's been. He's been on like 3 hours of sleep every time we've talked. So just so you but yeah, Alicia, I think it's just, once you start, I can see it on your face. I can see how excited you already are. So I know that you're going to be super pumped, man. Once you launch a six figure, you start seeing every single milestone you hit, getting your first lead, getting your first discovery, getting your first sales call, closing your first deal, and then helping your client make their first dollar. That's going to be like awesome for you. That's something Ronnie recently experienced. And it's a great feeling. So I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Uh, so we'll chop it up, Riviera, and then I don't know if anybody else is gonna hop on, but that we'll probably wrap things up at that point if Jorge doesn't hop on. But Riviera, what's going on, man? What are we working on?
Yeah, I don't know, I've had a kind of funky week where it's been a while since I made content, so it's one of those things that coming back into it, I just like being a little nitpicky in terms of my takes, but I also was realizing I wasn't really giving myself as much content or resources as like I saw Jorge's video had. So I was just like, you know what, let me just make some, text examples, a little bit of mock things, a little bit of real stuff with like KPI sheets and whatever. I try to like just really emulate Jorge's stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I could have a way better take just because I went harder on the resources. So I don't know if it's worth it to show you some of this stuff, but um
Yeah, you can show.
it's nothing crazy, but yeah, I'll kind of show you what I have, and then you kind of let me know if you think it's enough, if you think all that stuff. So give me 1 second here. Um but yeah, I just been in my head a little bit, so I just don't feel confident. And then I feel like I see that when I'm talking on the subject matter. So it's like it makes me just like trash the video. I'm like, it's trash take. So but I think I have better stuff now. So let me send you a request for
You should be able to share now.
okay, cool. 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 So yeah, so I plan on like having this as like the main, obviously like the what we kind of worked on.
Yeah.
And then, from there, I basically wonder if I have my script as well. Let's go Google Docs. And but yeah, I also made a script, but basically it just helps. I'm probably not gonna be able to do it word for word, but it just like structures things for me. So my whole plan is to kind of give an intro, kind of like Jorge did, and then positioning like what we do different and what kind of like a synopsis of the formula before I kind of get into it, right? And then kind of starting with like Wendy as an example. So I'll kind of go into her. I'm debating on even showing this part, but really just showing her face. And then I was gonna go into like basically her numbers a little bit and how
So
she like
so my
these things.
advice, so I do have advice for you right then and there is
Mhm.
don't go super in depth of like, hey, this is where she was 2 years ago. You're gonna lose people with this style of video for this version. Just want to get right into results. Like if you saw my video, for example, it's like,
Hmm.
now before you get started, this is so and so. He just closed this amount of deals. You can find us on Facebook. He's an open book, so stuff works like gangbusters. That being said, boom. So I get right into it. So you don't need to like do the whole thing because again,
Okay.
we're not looking to give off that kind of a 15-minute VSL, 20-minute VSL vibe.
Okay, maybe I'll review a little bit more of yours after then.
Sure, sure.
But okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure, like, yeah, I felt something weird about this. Like, out of all things I had, I was like, I don't know if it's worth to get deep on something. But yeah, I mean, I have her numbers here and stuff for the when we ran wedding stuff, and then so I feel like that's easy to kind of jump into. And then I have like text message examples, and I'll kind of basically kind of give them like a little teaser because I want to make it so they're hooked into watching a 10-minute video. So I like to kind of lead with like some cool like shiny like ooh and ah type of stuff, and then I'll kind of get before I break it down like step by step, you know. Um, but
Yeah, I
my
like that.
plan is like to show, but this basically these are kind of like the things I'll show is like, the DM flow script, like I'm not gonna get super in depth. Like my plan is just to kind of really just so they show them like we have a formula, like we have
Yeah.
a strategy, we have so that's pretty much the reason. And then from here, Wendy's testimonials is like basically when I texted Wendy, hey, quick update, how many weddings came from the campaign, right? So here's I could be like, hey, here's a text where I should ask Wendy how many campaigns came from this month. And she basically said, three booked weddings, so 9,500 total in packages and all three paid retainers. And I'm just hyping her up basically. And I just kind of mentioned or I asked her if that is that before album upsells too. And then she kind of actually let me know that she totally forgot about that, but two already said in the calls that they were already planning to get them.
Yeah.
So that's just us chopping it up, and and it led us to her in our Zoom, in our Slack channel. She basically just kind of gave me just book. This is her booking her first full package. So she basically told me a new client had booked, and I asked how much she booked for. So she said full day package and 30% retainer. So I just basically told her that's huge. And again, this was like an advice the advice I was giving her kind of beforehand was that we need to push to the call. She was kind of giving out pricing too early in the text and she was losing interest. So we kind of had that talk and now she's in a place where she's actually doing the process. And I'll kind of get into that in a little bit. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but that is what we're going to talk about today. And I kind of want to, whatever that just like a teaser synopsis is my goal. And, um,
Yeah.
but of course I might restructure it to maybe it makes more sense to talk about these things during where it relates to within the pillars or sections.
I
So
think
that's kind of
the key is like I think that can because Aiden's one had that issue where he just spent way too long talking about them at the very beginning.
Mhm.
It's like you just barely need to do it. So if I were you, I would take what you have from Wendy and just be like, okay, maybe give yourself like I have a maximum of 30 seconds I could talk about this. What do I show? And then show that. And I think the biggest
Mhm.
things are so here's a look inside of her ad account. Here's how much she spent. Here's how many deals she's closed. As you can see, she closed 3,500. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did that. S- Super simple
Yeah,
stuff. Like
that
super,
sounds much better.
yeah, because you're going to lose people, man. You're going to lose people.
Yeah, they drop off. That's what I'm scared of. I don't want them to drop off before seeing
Yeah, and it's
it.
fine too. What I'm also getting, because you're going to show it to them on the sales call. You're going to show them the mechanism of video again on the sales call. So you're going to force them to watch it. Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
cool. And then yeah, I have like this other guy named Eric in the group. This is his basically numbers. It's a lot of numbers, but basically we look at some of the most important things. Leads, and then also, basically how many live sales calls is he having, or how many book sales calls he's having, how many live sales calls is he having, and then acquisition. So you can see in his first month, he closed six weddings and he was able to basically contract 12,000 with collecting 3,100 that month. And that's basically 30% deposits, right? So he's going to collect a lot more on the back end as well. I don't know, but little
yeah.
stuff like that I have, and then like basically his Stripe payments, and he was basically, by the end of the month, he was looking at his Stripe account and was able to see 12,000
So
collected in 30 days.
so
So
so in terms of air, like what you showed here, a good place to maybe show that is when you talk about the sales level.
Mhm.
If you go back to your slide, the white background, so it's like, hey, so on the sales call, what we're doing is we're collecting 30%, and that's kind of the magic number. So if I pull up Eric, for example, here's another client, here's his numbers, and you can see he contracted 12K and he collected this. So this is a good, healthy amount for you to collect, and then obviously you're going to collect the rest on the back end. So you're kind of throwing in some of that social proof while you're talking about it. So that I wouldn't stack it all again
Oh,
at the very beginning. Like I said, I would keep it very, very short, and then you can
yeah.
stack the proof throughout. That's maybe a
Yeah.
better idea of what I would do.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was stacking it really in the front, so this helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, use the intro short, and then throughout the, like, for example, the DM combo, you can do that and say, hey, so here's Wendy's conversation. For example, you just throw up Wendy's conversation, you see he collected
Yeah.
discovery call, learn what their vision this is. So here you can see a recording of a call from Eric, and here's this transcript. I'm not going to spend too much time here because I don't want to make this too long, but you can pause the screen if you want. But this is the conversation, and then the sales. So sales call, we want 30%. So if I pull up Eric's number, you'll see he collected this amount within the first 30, blah blah blah. Now, when it comes to wedding day, you want to do it. So it's like throughout each one, you can show a little bit of proof and use different people to do that. This way, it's not overwhelming at the very beginning where they fall asleep.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And then it should elevate each of these once because I'm actually throwing it there now.
Yep, yep.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just been having in a funk where I was just getting super frustrated. I just like I knew I had all the pieces, I just didn't know how to put the puzzle together.
No,
And
you're
it was
good.
driving me crazy. So I was just having kind of getting really frustrated. But
I think it
No,
looks good.
thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, Kaushik was helping me rework this too. I like the mission too. I like that we'll kind of I'll break it down like before that because I feel like I could get super wordy. So I think this will just help structure me a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man, just like based off what I'm glad you came on and shared what you did. And I think just a little bit of the tips like, we just went over will help. But just get on it, dude. Just get on it. It's not that serious. What we're gonna end up doing, honestly, Rivera, is you're gonna hop on these calls. And I think you and maybe Ronnie can talk a little because Ronnie's had a lot of success with this stuff recently. And so I remember with Estelon, initially I told you, I was like, man, I don't know about the instant form. I don't know if they work. And I think Ronnie's closed a few people that just did the instant form. They didn't even book the call. So I take those words back. So I think maybe just having some back and forth with Ronnie could be beneficial for you, Rivera, to see how like easy these people are to close. I do think a part of Ronnie, I'm going off tangent, but I do think a part of it is Ronnie's making such a low barrier entry offer, kind of like Cam does, where it's like week to week, whatever. That's what's allowing to get so many sales. But with you, again, as you know, Riviera, because we're doing these weddings, and the ticket price is so damn high, we just have to get them to
Mhm.
spend $250 or whatever, and then boom, you're good. And then they're gonna pay out, to the pay in full and all that stuff. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, man, just get on. Oh, sorry, I was going off tangent. But my point is, like, we're just gonna get it rock and rolling, dude. And then you're gonna close probably a few deals, and then we're probably gonna redo this entire video to do it the right way, right? Again, it's
Yeah.
just that first month. I just want to see you close, at least one deal, if not two, three deals, I'd like to see. And they can be lower price points week to week. And once we know, like, okay, cool, we're onto something, cost per acquisition is good, all the numbers, everything's good, cool. Now let's revamp and do the VSL the right way, like Ronnie's, and redo our marketing and all the stuff that we talked about in terms of revamping social
Okay.
media, all that stuff. So this video right here, don't overthink is what I'm getting is don't overthink because this is just MVP. This is just to help you close the deals initially that first month, just to prove like, okay, we're good. Then we're gonna really go ham on this. So try not to stress about it too much.
Okay. Okay, for sure. Yeah, more of a placeholder, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. So then I'll probably get more intel too on like obviously if I'm talking to people closing them, that could be beneficial for the next video.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so
Cool.
cool. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it from that. I did was it a file? Let me find her one now. There was so I could show you this one edits. Let's see where it's at. So this is something later down the line, but I want you to know like there's basically like a society that's being created of these photographers that I've got invite to that they basically do at the every last Wednesday of the month, they basically come together. These are a lot of wedding photographers, wedding videographers, wedding vendors. Um, but yeah, let me actually just show you the video we created. And then you can kind of see like I don't know if there's a move to be made here at some point. I'd tell you about this a little bit, but it is growing a lot more exponential. Like they had like 30 people, 20, 30 people show last time. So if I could show you that real quick, if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Nicole. I'm a wedding photographer, and I'm here today at Poema Studios. Every last Wednesday of every month, there's a creative get together where you can build connections, meet other wedding and creative professionals. Everyone's really kind and open minded, and it's just cool to connect with people that are in a similar field as you and actually creating those friendships beyond just working with them on the day. So I highly recommend coming here, especially if you're just looking to expand your network, make new connections, and also just have a good time. Like this event is fun, and I will try to come every last Wednesday of every month. So yeah, please come.
Okay, cool. So basically, so I have so many questions, but who is who is hosting it? How are they getting the traffic over? There's like a Facebook group or whatever, and how is it structured? Where is it like is it just like meet and greet chill, or is there like a talking person per event? Like how does that work? Like
Yeah.
what-
Essentially it started with this guy named Joe and his wife Brienne. They basically they live in the studio, but then they just couldn't really fill it in because they just slow and they don't really understand ads. And my buddy Nathan, who, hires me from some weddings, like basically said there's this guy that basically lives in a studio. It's nice, but he's just trying to find a reason for us to come together. Like basically he wanted to make a community group that came together every last Wednesday. And basically the ticket price like $15. He does it all word of mouth. I think generally, I don't think maybe they posted it organically on social media, but for the most part, I know it's like, hey, you got
Okay, so
invited. Hey,
there's a cost to it.
there's a
Cool.
cost
That's
to it. They're
good.
thinking about raising it to $25, but and then yeah, they have a speaker every one that's like subject matter expert on some subject. And yeah, they keep poking me on marketing because they
Okay,
do a
good.
poll
All right,
of like
cool. All right, cool. So let me sleep on this, but I think what might be really good is for you to garner some kind of a relationship with him where you not garner, you obviously have a relationship, to maybe cut some kind of a deal with him. Say, hey, look, what I'd like you to do, because this is like speaking from stage. This is literally how it works. It's like there's one person who has an audience, and then you have the person that's a closer, and this person hops on stage and then does a presentation and then you like sells to this audience, and the person that's hosting the event gets a kickback. Like that's literally how live events work. Like that's the business model.
Mhm.
So I think what we can do is we can have some kind of a play in there where you go in there and I think what's crucial is saying, hey guys, it's $15. Also, for this $15, we're going to have a workshop from this time to this time where Ruby is going to walk you guys through how to get more weddings, do more, and then again, just freaking do a presentation, dude. That's it. Just do a
Mhm.
presentation and then have a few soft call to actions. Have a few soft call to action throughout the pitch. Or again, here maybe you want to write this down. Is you Myron Golden is like the beast at this. The guy does like $1 million from stage. I don't know the exact framework. I don't know, but I know he teaches it. I know
Mhm.
there's things along the lines of, hey, at the very beginning, he starts, and again, I'm not saying to do this, but he starts off saying, hey guys, so I typically charge $26,000 for this. I'm not charging that. So and so were so gracious enough. They came out, so they paid me out of their hard money. So I'm just gonna go and share all the sauce with you guys. And if you guys do have questions, comments, concerns, obviously, like write those down. We'll go over those. Or if you guys need more implementation, we can certainly talk about that if you guys want to come to my office hours or whatever. But so and so has already been gracious in terms of paying. So I'm just gonna go and lay the sauce for you. So who here is ready? And then maybe you go through the whole process. And then again, maybe so it's like, oh, so there you have it, guys. That's the whole process from A to Z. At this point, John's been begging me to come out and share some information with you guys. But if you guys do have some questions, I do have some availability. If you guys want to come and have a conversation with me, if you guys want, here's my Instagram. Just shoot me this DM word or DM me this keyword. And maybe
Mhm.
that's it. Maybe that's a way for us to just get in and
Yeah.
like this sounds like a fucking beautiful opportunity. And then maybe there's a way where you make this a regular part of things with the business with the guy that hosts it, and you have to
Mhm.
cycle through it because I would assume that some of the same people are going to go there. So if some of the same people are going to go there, then you can't have the same pitch every single week.
Right.
So maybe what we have is four different kinds of pitches. One is on the Facebook ad strategy. One is on maybe the Facebook group strategy that I have. One is
Mhm.
on something else. And then one is, I don't know. And then you rotate between these four different lessons every single, and again, this is part of your, every single week you do this. And we're gonna be able to sell dude, a handful of deals every single freaking month, dude.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, there's just a lot of people, and yeah, new people do show, old people show, but it's definitely growing. So I think it's just, yeah, they just fulfill a huge need, and it's a very well connected group. So the word of mouth spreads like wildfire. It's insane.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about this is, again, you're going to be able to charge high ticket, man. We're going to be able to charge like 3,500 for this. No real sale, no, nothing, honestly. Uh, so yeah,
My whole thing is like if I start closing so many people, the territories are, I mean,
that's a
everyone
good
lives.
point.
Well, I mean, there's people that do travel pretty far. There's a person that came from Long Beach, the person that came from, so there is opportunity, and then not everyone's going to close. So, it's whoever can talk to me first will get the territory. So I guess with that in mind, I guess, I just wish, I could take on anybody and everybody, but I know regionally I'm kind of locked. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh, but
Well,
yeah.
that's fine. But I like it a lot, a lot.
Sweet,
So
sweet. Well, yeah, I just wanted to show you just because I was like, I went to this big thing and yeah, I mean,
have a conversation, have a conversation, get something locked in. I would say tell him like, hey, every deal I close, I don't know what that offer should be. Maybe do a little bit of research on your end, be like, hey, so maybe you want to write this down. So you do a little bit of research to figure out when it comes to live events, like what does that deal structure look like so that you know what kind of an offer to make him. And then you let me know, like, hey, Kushi, based off of what I found online, here's what the deal structure is. What do you think? I'm thinking about making him this offer. That's step one. So step one, do the research. Step two, let's talk about it, figure out what offer to make him. Step three is then once it's locked in, then me and you can get together and figure out kind of like a structuring a presentation. It might be best for you to actually go to an event and actually see what the event is like from A to Z. So you see the culture, so you understand how to better create a presentation that's in line with that culture. Right? That might be the next step is actually going to an event. And then from there, me and you get together, create some kind of a training webinar, whatever, with a pitch. And then from there, we let it rip and just see what things look like. That's kind of where my head's at.
yeah, 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 I was seeing that too. I was just like, oh, what are the steps or process to get this rolling? But yeah, I feel like, this is where my imposter syndrome comes out because it's just like I really wanted to be ahead of it on in terms of like ads, working with people nationally and then becoming a speaking role. I feel like you know, the opportunity's at my door, so I'm not gonna not, leverage it. But
We're good enough, dude. You got we got whatever results we got with Wendy
yeah,
already. I mean,
right.
dude, you're good. There's no imposter syndrome. You're good. You're the real deal, okay? There's no
Yeah,
imposter.
but yeah, I mean, if I could get Wendy to close and she doesn't know sales, so
There you go. If you can get Winnie to close, who spends all but 5 seconds offering the different packages, like you're good. Yeah.
2-minute rapport builds and
Yeah.
closing deals.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, no, thanks. I needed to hear that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
Um, yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty much it for me. There's nothing much other than yeah, Wendy closed her third deal, so she's
How much
happy
did
about
she close her,
that.
how much did she close her third deal for?
1,000. I think
Okay.
it's like a 6-hour wedding. Definitely
Ronnie,
need to try it after this.
I
But
keep
oh,
forgetting. No, I wanted to share something with Ronnie really quick. So Ronnie, Wendy has closed her third deal, and I was gonna drop this voice note for Choji, but I don't know if you were on the coaching call where Rivera shared. Yeah, I don't know if you were, but Rivera, I was like, yo, Rivera, what's happening? Like, what's causing Wendy to close all these deals? And basically, all Wendy does is step one on the discovery call. She's basically asking them what the price point is. Like, hey, so what are you expecting to spend? What's your budget? And so let's just say they say, for example, $1,000.
Hmm.
What she would do is she'll then create a package that's less than 1,000, one that's 1,000, and then one that's above 1,000 because she knows they're going to take the one in the middle. So she's basically creating the packages based off of the discovery call. And
Hmm.
that's what's allowing her to sell. So most people like Choji, for example, they'll have a price package of like 1,000, 1,500, two, and there's just a price that he wants to charge. She's not doing that. And I think that's a good starting place. I think definitely like eventually you want to get to a place where you're charging whatever you want to charge and your own packages, but that's just what's working for him. So I was going to drop a voice note for Choji, but I thought you should know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So it's basically she asks like what the budget is, and then whatever that budget is, she creates a package for that price, and then one maybe like 500 under and then 500 over.
Something like that. Yeah. Basically under, over, and then that price point because she knows that they're going to naturally gravitate towards the one that they already told her like, hey, this is what we're willing to pay.
Okay. Yeah, I was telling Choji, like, I don't know, like, I just told him always to start off with the highest price on the presentation first because it sounds more like sexy as the price drops, but I can see like what she's doing.
Yeah, that's true too. So it's like I was again, this is on last week's maybe coaching call, Riviera, that we went over this. So if you want to
Mhm.
watch that back review, Ronnie, you can. That would
Okay.
benefit because I was breaking down like Wendy's deal. So we actually watched it and I was giving suggestions. I was like, oh, I would do it this way. Here's some tweaks. But yeah, I think like again, let's say this is the highest package, this is the lowest, right? So you
Yeah.
just something along the lines of so, John, so Becky, in terms of the packages, we got three different packages. On the first side, what we have is we have this, which is our starter package. This is this. Now, in your particular case, you did say you wanted this event, that event. So this is not enough hours. And so this might not be exactly what you're looking for. Also, this only comes with 20 photos versus I know you want an entire album. But I did want to put that out there because that's kind of our budget option. Then on the opposite end, we have our more premium option. This one is actually 20 hours. I know that you know your budget is within this range, but I did want to share this with you because you might want to navigate towards this because I know you said you wanted this event, that event. So if you did this packet, that would give you enough time. And then also you said you wanted the album. This actually comes with X number of photos. So that's what this package is. Now on the middle hand, we have this, and then that's going to be like her thing. So this is going to give you a solid 8 hours. And so I know you said you wanted blah blah blah. So I think we'd basically be able to squeeze that. It'd be just enough time. Then you said you wanted this, and and this comes with this package, so that's pretty much in line with what you're looking for. So pretty much what everything you're saying, Becky, it falls here. It's going to be a little bit tight, but I think we can make that happen for you. Which one of these three options do you want to go with?
I
So
see.
so it's like you get the price point, and then I have the low package, high package, middle package, and I'm trying to steer them away from the low. I'm trying to steer them away from the high. And I'm not trying to steer them. I'm trying to steer them away from the low. From the high, I'm saying, hey, based off what you want, this would allow you to get it comfortably, right? This might be a little bit more than what you're paying for, but you can be safe, right? It's like, hey, if your drive location is 30 minutes long, and if we leave an hour early, well, then we're definitely gonna get there. And then this one here in the middle package is like this is you leaving right at like the 32-minute mark. You're if you screw up by 2 minutes, you're gonna be late, but we can get you there. So that's how
Yeah.
I'm kind of like again, I'm just giving you an example here, but that's how I would potentially do it. That's kind of what I was explaining on with our last call with Riviera. But the
Gotcha.
key is you got to get the information on the discovery call.
You gotta get it on Discovery call.
You
Okay.
got to get the budget on the discovery call, and then you tailor it.
Okay.
And so that's what's been working for Wendy.
Okay. Is she doing the a la carte system thing too?
No,
It's
she's
in
just giving them the
free,
three.
but she doesn't actually do it in the sales, but or in the
Wait,
call.
what?
She says it on the discovery, like, to sell them on like we're gonna make something custom for you. And I mean, she kind of does, right? But the full a la carte experience, like, we don't really actually sell. And me and Koshik were talking about like maybe vibe coding a site that you can literally drag and drop features or add-ons, and then, but that might be a little bit too ahead of ourselves right there. But yeah, I need to look into possibly vibe coding something just to see it in action, and then I don't know, maybe it has some potential. Um, yeah, because my whole thing is like, how we talked about the middle package is the thing that's like based around the budget they kind of whatever going for. Imagine having the base package, like have what they would generally wanted. That's the base package, and then everything else is an add-on. Second shooter for additional coverage, extra, you know, basically maybe, you know, um, I don't know what else you could add on, but basically all the add-ons could be tacked on after the fact. Um, So it's like no matter what, they'll be happy because even the base package um has like everything that they asked for. So that's just something running through my mind though.
Does that answer your question, Ronnie?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not doing a la carte, basically. We're
Okay.
just doing packages. So yeah, we just give people. And so again, we're experimenting with it in the future, but not right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, Riviera, other things that you want to go over, man?
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we'll probably start her wedding ads again. She wants to. So she also is losing some hours from her current job. So she's finally feels like she can basically do more calls and be more intentional with her time. And she basically wants to fill in more time with more shoots. And
Yeah.
so this is the opportunity that I've told her, I'm like, this is the time to do. You never had time to do calls, text people back. And she does it. She just does it late at night. And, there's a lot of deals that aren't closed that could have been, I feel sometimes because of
Yeah.
her schedule. She's working borderline 40 hours a week. So this will get her down to like 25 hours a week which is scary for her. So, but I also just told her like, think about all the time you have. Every time she does a rinse and repeat of calls from old leads, she closes a deal. So I'm like, some days she can't even do a call because she's like left early morning and coming late at night. No one's gonna answer. So it's like every time you do a rinse and repeat of your calls and you only do it once every 4 days, you catch some closes. So, and I'm talking in regards to minis. That will kind of like, that basically, but that's also time she could be using for weddings.
Right.
So I feel like she's in a good spot. Even though she's a little scared, I feel like she's actually in a good spot to actually like run this again.
What's her cost per acquisition for weddings?
I think I updated it here. What's it cost per acquisition? So was it month of May was 185,
Okay.
and then the month before that was April was 592. But again, the first months we were taking time to learn the sale, like even get borderline calls, like just getting on calls was hard, right? And then just the last 2 months she was able to. We need to add in like booked discoveries, live discoveries, and basically, um, yeah, I need to update some of these boxes, but I do know that this comes from the book sales call, so I know this is from the May.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, at 185 and she's doing what she's doing. I mean, this guy, I if she really works on sales and stuff, I'm sure she'll get down to like 150, and even 185 is like fantastic for closing a wedding. That's beautiful. Cool.
So,
Anything else top of mind, Rivera, for you?
no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I want to get the video. If I could get today or tomorrow, I can just freaking be done so I can launch this thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to knock off the Rust WD-40 and
Yeah.
freaking start running sales. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like, yeah, if somebody else can use this system that already has weddings, they're gonna crush it. And even if they don't, I mean, Wendy doesn't have any weddings on her photos, so
Yeah.
and she's gotten 3 closes. So I feel good about just, getting somebody on this program. And
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, man. So yeah, let's fingers crossed, I'd love to see us launch, within the week, this week, and then this time, next week, me and you are talking about some sales calls, discovery calls, and stuff like that. That'd be beautiful.
yeah, sounds good.
Cool, cool. All right. I'm gonna move over to Jorge, and I think that'll wrap up today then. Obviously, if you guys have more questions, we'll circle back at them. Uh, Mr. Jorge, what's going on, brother man? You're on mute, bro.
Yo,
Me?
There you
No.
go.
there we go.
What's up?
What's good?
Chilling, bro. What are we working on? We are working on.
Yeah, sorry, I just finished. It was a longer day here.
Oh, you're good. It's fine. Um, campaigns for launch ads. Haven't created order bumps. Yeah, I'll come up with more ideas. I'm thinking I'll create a school group. Also, okay, so for the one night, so let's talk about 197, then we'll look at your ads. So I think that'll be pretty quick. So the cash flow kickstart, you're gonna end up putting that into your main program. The email campaign, you're gonna put that into your main program. This is gonna be into your main program as well. Google My Business Ads, I would put that into everything. All this stuff sounds like main program. Also, we can go over the initiate checkout. We'll talk about that. But what I'm thinking is you can either do the email campaign mastery, or you can do, which is the same thing as this, right?
Well, it would be the addition of doing like how to write a weekly newsletter, what to put in a weekly newsletter,
I
and
see, I
then
see.
like how to make like um different different campaigns for different objectives, like
How
upgrading campaign or something like that, not just the PIF offer.
the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms, how big are people on like creating organic content? Is it something that like they despise? Is it something like, man, they know the value of it, they just don't know how to do it, they see the value?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
like something that they know they should be doing and they
because
know
I feel like
they need
that's
to invest in it, but they just suck at it. and they try to do it, and it's terrible. Like
Yeah.
there's just so many bad things out there. So that's why I was like, oh, that's easy. I could literally just like, yo, this is an easy one I can do that I actually have um credibility and experience in. I'm like, bro, this would be easy.
Yeah, I like it. I like that one. Because well, my mind is focusing not so much on like what you can do easily versus not do easily, because I'll be honest with you, bro, most people are not going to go through it. Like,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
then
yeah.
I think that'd be something too, where it's like it ties into it, but it's also something that could be a standalone thing where it's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like definitely, like, that's something I want to do.
Oh,
That's
So,
cool.
so basically, so what I'm thinking about is just like what would upsell. So in terms of copy marketing, like when people read it, would they be like, "Oh, bro, I would pay 197 for this."
Yeah.
That's where my mind is at. And so when I look at the email stuff, unless I feel like that's a little bit hard to grasp, like I get it because I'm in here with you. I see the power of it. But they might be like, okay, I'm gonna pay $197 for some email templates.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Versus I'll pay $197 to get a full-on course to teach me organic stuff so I don't have to spend a single dollar on ads. Like that's where my mind was. Hey, for 197, get the software where you learn how to create 30 pieces of organic content within, 3 days and get students just from that without spending a single dollar on paid ads. I could see people be like, you know what, man, like 197 is that's good for that. So I feel like that's a good place to be. The other cool thing about that is like, bro, that can be a low ticket off, like that could be another funnel that we run. Like, hey, learn how
That's what I
to
was thinking too.
like a lot of the stuff that you mentioned here, bro, like these are all like different low ticket offers, bro. So this is beautiful. I love all this. So yeah, that's kind of my answer, bro, in terms of that, in terms of the 187 order bump. Um, and then in terms of initiate checkout automations, let's see here. Oh, let me show you this actually. So I keep tweaking up this. I don't know if sharing like a snapshot would be beneficial. But I have initiate checkout. I have people I attempted to manually reach out to. So these are people I just called because they don't make the purchase. I have purchase front end offers. They've booked a call. They've answered the onboarding questions. I've qualified them before the call. They are unable, or I was unable or did not nurture them. Canceled by Kushi, canceled by purchaser, no show, attended call, join the program, fake trolls. Like that's what I have as now. So if you want to come back and play this back, so far I feel like it's pretty good. So I just keep kind of tweaking a little bit. In terms of automations, hmm, so initiate checkout, that's gonna be this one. Um, edit or open a new tab. So this is what I have. So the trigger is going to be order form submission, in funnel website, the funnel, the page, the submission type is opt-in. I create a contact, full name, phone, email. I tag them with the program initiate checkout. Create update opportunity. So create or update opportunity in the pipeline, initiate checkout, internal notification, SMS, particular user, my name, the name of the program, contact name, phone number, email, the time, and then this is very important. I do the first click and the last click, so I want to know what ad set and what ad they came from.
What do you mean by like first and last click?
So what ad set and ad got them to get the first click into my funnel versus what is the last click so this is the very first ad they ever clicked on. And then this is the ad that they clicked on before they bought in case they buy. And so in case they click on a particular ad that they don't make a purchase from, and then which ad did they actually make the purchase from? Does that make sense or no?
I think so. I just
So
never.
So imagine you see an ad from somebody, you click on it, you go to the sales page, but then you don't buy. And then a few days later, you see another ad, you click on that, you go back to the page, you don't buy. And then a week goes by, and then you click on an ad, and then you actually buy. So you clicked
Mm,
on three different ads. So this is telling me the first ad they clicked on, this is telling me the very last ad right before they made the purchase.
oh, okay.
So I'm
Do I need to
tracking.
do anything differently on the UTMs inside the ads?
So yeah, in terms of the UTMs,
Because I already added the thing already, like the.
so you need to so in order to do it, there's a video. So why don't message me inside Slack, bro, right now so that I don't forget. Be like, hey bro, send me the UTM stuff.
Is that the one with Aman?
Yeah, so there's a I'm on I don't know if I did anything else other than that. I think that may have been the only thing I did, and that might be all you need to do.
Oh, okay, so that I did that. I think I did that.
So as long as you do that and then you put this in here, um, then I think you're going to be able to get the messages. Um, this is not important. I have a wait. So I wait for 30 minutes. And so here's something else that's interesting. I think I showed you this, but basically if people initiate checkout, bro, they buy within like 3 minutes, 5 minutes max. So if somebody's spending more than 15 minutes between initiate, checkout, and purchase, they're just not going to buy. And so you might, if you want, I didn't do this, but you can send an internal notification to yourself where, hey, it's been 10 minutes. They haven't bought. So now you know to hit them up because you should be doing that. You should be hitting people up. Um, so I would give it, so send an internal notification and then send maybe another internal notification within 10 minutes max. Hey, they didn't buy, hit them up. And so you know to like give them a ring, do a double dial. I have a wait for 30 minutes and then I have my abandoned cart email. Did something happen? Is the subject when it comes to the body, it's this. Earlier today, it looks like you tried to purchase meta ads for videographer, but for some reason your order wasn't complete. Is everything okay? Did we drop the ball or something? If something came up and you closed out of the page early, don't worry. We have your pending order saved with the discount already applied, so you can pick up where you left off. Click here to complete your order. And relentless pursuit. P.S. If you have a question regarding meta ads for videographers, please ask so that we can confirm if the course is what you need or another one of our products is a better fit. And I do think this is important because I've had many people respond to this and they're like, yeah, they will ask a question. Um, and then I go into my 30-day email sequence. So abandoned cart, email. And then after that, every 24 hours, there's an email that goes out. There's a value email. So I wait a day and then this is my 30K one, which is, hey, 30K lesson, subject 30K video deals using meta ads, a case study. And then, hey, VR for if you're, well, I'm not going to get into this because you know how to write emails. But basically, every single video, every single one is I'm just driving traffic to a page, and on that page there's a video, and then there's a button, and that button takes them back to the sales page.
Which is it one of the pages we already built?
No. So how can I do this? I don't want to fuck this up. Um, how do I like visit the link? Uh,
Mm. What if you click on the link? Is that gonna break it?
this link right here.
Yeah. Oh no, my ad.
Oh,
Oh, there it
there
is.
we go. Boom. And so that will take them to this page right here, how to land 30,000 retainer deals. In the video below, I share this, and then we have a lesson here. And so every 30-day email, every value video, every value email basically takes them to a video, and then they click this, and then it takes them back to the sales page. You're a videographer who knows that meta ad. Does that make sense, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And so wait a day, and then the next value email, same thing. Hey, VR, I put together da da da. Click here, check this out. Boom. Same thing. Headline, what the video is about, video, button to take them back. You're a videographer who knows that meta. So 30-day email sequence of just value. Um,
Oh, each email is a different landing page.
yep. Yeah, because remember, so basically remember, abandoned cart email is first line of defense. And then wait a day, and then every single day they get one email. And again, you can just have an email which is just text. You can mix in text, but for me, what I'm doing is every single email is taking them to a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Stuart. So yeah, and that's it, man. That's the initiate checkout automation.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. What else, bro? So we went over this, and then you said you want to go over your campaign, bro. To have a look at it.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to share your screen?
Yes. let's see here.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, can you see it?
Yeah. All right. So here, let me I want to just request a remote control. So just click around. All right. Cool. Um, should we do just US or should we do US and Canada? So I think if we do is I would assume BJJ is pretty popular out there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Bigger audience probably.
I mean, this guy's Canadian, the one that I have the call with tomorrow.
Okay. So I mean I would put Canada in there. That'll probably bring your cost down. I mean we got Dishla here from Canada. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
okay, so show more controls. So 20, so okay, so these are your hard controls. So these are hard controls. 25 age minimum, exclude these custom. Okay, so in terms of your custom audiences, what I do is I just do, if you want to write this down, triggered the purchase event. So if you have anybody that goes to the purchase page, I'm excluding those people. Anybody that goes to the order confirmation page, I'm excluding those people. Anybody, and then my email, I have a CSV file of all purchasers. I am not excluding video viewers or anything like that. So I'm keeping all warm traffic available.
So purchase, the confirmation, and then the CSV of all the purchasers.
Yep. So basically the main thing is just we want to make sure we only are, limiting the purchasers, but everything else we let's see here, suggested audience. So this is your flex targeting. Cool. Where is the cost per result here?
It might be conversion.
Hmm?
It might be this one.
Oh, okay, okay.
I gotta go plug up my laptop.
So for placements, bro, I believe I have mine set up to auto placements.
Like all of them, like the Advantage Plus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me check real quick. Yeah, see, mine is like Advantage Plus on. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I have, again, I'm just giving control to Facebook at this point, bro. So I'm not
Oh,
even,
okay.
yeah. So I would say probably Advantage Plus. So
Okay.
that's the tweak I would make. So I would turn Advantage Placement on. Um, Aside from that, I don't know why the conversion is not showing up. The ad level, So, did you want to keep the video touch-ups on or
The only one I do is oh wait, no. No, I take
keep?
it off.
Okay. So the essential enhancements, the one that I keep on is the one where it shows like the comments, the applicable comments.
Hmm.
So I would keep that one on. So I don't, it's not showing for some reason, it's not populating for me. So if you want to make a note to yourself, bro, to
Yeah, I
edit
just
that.
did it.
Okay. Yeah, bro. And so I'm guessing again, maybe probably go through these and make that tweak as well.
Mhm.
So this is your direct response ad. This is the one I'm guessing blew up. So is this a post from your IG or did you create this here?
Um,
So you're not using the existing post then.
oh, should I use the existing post?
I kind of think like that's what I did.
And that
Because
makes
it's like
sense because then it's like the actual one that blew up.
yeah, it's like the actual one that blew up. There's already engagement and shit on there. I think that's what I would try that. It's possible that it does work, doesn't work. I don't know, but maybe we should test that.
All right, bro.
You got your perfect lead ad, and then testimonial based. Yeah, cool. Yeah, bro. Those are my thoughts. Um, yeah. You might have to go back and watch this video because I don't know that it's gonna carry over. Oh no, no, it is because I'm on your shit. Yeah, never mind. Cool. But yeah, thoughts, bro?
No, cool. Yeah, I'll make those changes and then I can do that and then launch it tonight.
Dope. Questions,
Nice.
comments, concerns?
Um, so
Is the cost per result showing up on your end, bro?
no, it wasn't showing up.
Yeah, just make sure the cost per result's good.
Maybe it was here. I gotta restart.
Yeah.
No, the only thing is okay, cool. Once they're going, and then I get the people coming in again. It's the same sequence that was inside of the like I forgot the actual sequence of events that I'm sending off again. Like the text messages and all that. But that's I remember we put it somewhere, right? That's inside the one of my pinned comments inside the slide. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about when you nurture people or are you talking about
Yeah, so like once they come in, like the nurture sequence, where I'm like, cool.
oh,
This
okay.
is what to do immediately. Am I sending a new video too? Like the one that I made, the 30K, the the profit first method mechanism video, the longer one?
Yeah, you can start setting that instead of like what we were I don't remember exactly what you were saying before.
I was just sending like the 30K one.
Yeah. Is that like an Instagram?
No, that one was one of the first mechanism videos that I made.
Oh, that was like the shorter 15-minute version.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just send this one. Yeah. Um, yeah. Um,
Yeah, it's not
do
showing up
you
again.
do you want to give me access to your Instagram to see your stuff or no? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
For which
Um,
one?
like to see like to keep an eye because I think I have your whole go high level, so I should be able to like see conversations, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of give you a little bit of feedback live as you're like doing things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's let's see here. Let's double check here. So what you need is this is what you need.
Yeah, that's the one I think that was pinned. that's what I'm pretty sure I was reading the right track, but I just wanted to confirm because I was like, oh shoot, if I get one like tomorrow,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that
So yeah, I gave you a shit ton of stuff, but the low tier core. Okay, yeah. So I didn't give you this specific one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share this with you. So just use this link from now on. Use this thing. This will give you everything you need. So you have that. What else, bro?
that's it for me, bro. That's really all I had. Those are the
Yeah.
main things. Yeah.
Okay.
So the automation, that's all good. And then this ready to launch. Book the call for tomorrow morning, early in the morning.
Booked a call for tomorrow morning.
The next steps call with the
Oh,
guy that
that.
bought the first
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first
You
course. Yeah.
good on that? The video? Does that all make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, that helped out a lot for sure. Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, I wrote out my notes and everything, and yeah, I'm thinking we'll collect something.
Yeah, let me know. Ronnie literally had that issue, bro. Ronnie, you there? So Ronnie basically had somebody hop in and he closed a deal with them where he's like, "Hey, bro, it's week." He tried to make Cam's offer. He's like, "Hey, it's week to week, and then on top of that, I'm not going to charge you a single dime until you've closed your first deal." And the dude still has not closed, but he's like, the dude believes he's gonna close because the wedding is like in a few days. And he's like, "Oh, I just need to collect the cash, but like it's a done deal." And then he reached out to Ron. He's like, "Hey, bro, like what do we do about what's next or send you payment or whatever?" Like he's ready to pay. And then Ronnie sent a link. And I was explaining to Ronnie to do what I just explained to you. And so Ronnie ended up unfortunately just collecting 150 from him. And that guy had no hesitation, no nothing. He was just like, "All right, bet, here you go." And so again, it goes back to what I was explaining of like just having the uncertainty doubt removed. So anyways, I'm rambling, but keep me posted, but I would not be surprised if we collect 2,800 or whatever it is, 2008. I would not be surprised if we were able to collect that tomorrow, if not even 5K, you know.
Yeah, same. After thinking about it through, I was like, wait, yeah, like we did. I think because I'm used to getting like 5K, 10K. But I think the way that you broke it down was like, hey, you know what? No, man, you did right on point, exactly what it looks like, man. So that being said, bro, this is the next steps, and then just future pacing him like, yeah, bro, this is how it's gonna look like. Now that you got these results, these are the next steps. And in order to get you to this place, this is how much I recommend for the ad spend. And just making it super easy for him to understand, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this much in and get this much out.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Bang on, bro. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Let's get the W tomorrow, bro. Let's get this W.
Yes, W's in the chat. But cool, bro.
Cool.
I think that's all I had. Do I need to do anything for the order confirmation things? Like, do I just like I was trying to do it. Like, do I make the product on GHL and just kind of like make shit up about the content, or like how do you go about that for the actual order bumps?
So are you talking about the order bumps or what are you talking about?
Yeah, the order bumps. Because that's what you're talking about. That's what I'm missing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how long is it going to take you to create the order bumps and all that stuff?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. Do I need to do anything else? Like, do I have to make the actual like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to actually like make this stuff.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
like I actually have to make the course.
So yeah, so at this point, so here's the thing, we have to increase the average. So so step one, let's go and get this stuff launched. Step two, you gotta go double time and start like creating the stuff, bro. Gotta start creating the stuff. And as soon as you're done, bro, ideally by next week, we can now add the order bumps on.
So the content course.
Yeah, yeah. See you over here.
Okay.
So basically what I'm saying is that if people pay 47 bucks, it sounds like you have something to give them, right? But if
Yeah.
people pay 197, if people pay 397, bro, and they don't see some shit, they're gonna be pissed. So we don't want to do that.
Mhm.
So you need to be like working on that as soon as possible so that we can increase average order value.
Okay.
So step one is launch. So step one, we launch, we're closing, deals, making money, and hopefully within a week you can have the 197, and then hopefully in another week we can have the 397.
Wait, what's gonna be the difference in the 197, 397?
So for the first page, there's the $47 product, there's a $17 per month product. You should be able to add the $17 per month product right now.
And that one, that's just the school page. Like, I just make a school.
Yeah, that's just school page.
Okay. Should I was thinking like, should I invite my like
Yeah.
past clients in there to be like, hey bro, like get in here.
Invite, like honestly, like if you have leads that have not even purchased from you, like just get a shit ton of people in there just so you can have some people in there. Okay. So page one, you have the $47 offer, you have the $70 per month, which is a school community. Again, on your order confirmation page, there's a button where they can click, they can join the school community. And then the 197 is going to be what we just talked about. Now that takes them to the second page in the funnel. Remember, the second page of the funnel is the upsell page. That's where we sell the $397. That's a full course.
Which one's the full course?
That's going to be the full course. That's going to be like the thing that we charge 397. So right now, whatever your $47 thing is, we're going to make that the 397 thing.
Oh, okay. And then we'll make what will
And then
be the 47?
the 47, we're just going to strip some shit out of it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
I
like,
see. I see now. Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically so basically whatever you're working on right now, you're putting all your fucking noggin information in. Right now, we're just gonna give that away for 47, but then here in like 2 weeks, that's gonna be your 397 thing, and the $47 thing, we're gonna strip away, like for example, like the sales material. Like they're gonna have everything to set up the ads, the funnel, everything, but then we're gonna maybe not have the sales material on there. So they're gonna have to like be like, oh fuck, I don't have the material. I have to go buy the full thing now. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I got it. It's because somebody just said right now.
Yeah, yeah, you're good.
Never mind. Never mind. It's all good.
Are you confused or does that make sense, bro?
No, that made sense. That made sense for sure. It's just,
Yeah,
I just got startled right now by this
you're good.
something happened. But no, we're all good. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the $47. And I think you explained it before, like in a Loom or like in a video, but that makes sense.
Yeah, and I explained how like for the 47 thing, there was like these few videos and I replaced the video and they have to click a
Yeah,
button, they go up.
that's the full course. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So in the background, yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And then just content mode.
Yep,
But,
yep.
and yeah, that should be it for me.
Yeah. If we close this $2,083 deal, bro, you should be a fucking full-on believer at that point. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like that's when that we turn into that. Like,
yeah,
that's proof in the pudding, bro.
for sure.
So but yeah, all right, bro. Adisha, if you want to say, Adisha, if you want to say what's up to Jorge really quick, Jorge, you want to say up to Adisha? Adisha just joined. Today's his first day.
How do you say your name, bro?
Hi, hello. Okay. Did
Jorge.
I see that right?
Jorge.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, there you go. How do you say your name, bro?
Adeshola.
Adishola.
Yeah,
Adishola. Nice to meet you, bro.
yeah. Thank you. Nice to meet
Awesome.
you too.
Welcome in, bro. Lock in, lock in.
Thank you, thank you. Hoping to be like you guys soon.
No, no, bro. We all grind together, shine together.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you based off?
I'm in Chicago, bro.
Oh, nice.
What about you?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Toronto.
yeah. So, okay. So that's why. Yeah. That's why I put the
Yeah.
settings in Canada too.
Exactly.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Today's been a good coaching call. Adisha, I hope you had a good first coaching call. I hope you enjoyed your time with us today, bro. I hope we didn't scare you away.
Yeah, most of the things I saw looks like Japanese letter, but I know with time, I'll get familiar with them.
Yeah. So you will. Like Jorge right now, he's like he did the six-figure and then now he does specifically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and he gets his clients some amazing results and we're just focusing on helping him make some more sales through an advanced low ticket funnel. But it all makes sense as time progresses.
Cool.
But yeah, guys, anybody need anything? Additional, you need anything? Riviera, Ronnie?
Super.
Ronnie,
I think I'm good.
Ronnie, you good?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up?
Nah, just today's been off. I have those weird days where it's like some days I'll close and some days some days I won't close, and then some days I will close. I can just tell like it's like goes back to the thing that I was talking about earlier, where your energy has to be on point. And I can just kind of tell about myself. My energy is a little off today.
Yeah, you seem a little bit tired today.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's okay. You've been closing deals left and right, so you have some grace to, have an off day. It's fine.
All right.
Aside from that, were there other things you want to talk about, Ronnie?
Um, I just say like for both the guys, for everyone that's joining, just keep grinding and never give up.
There you go, Adisha. Keep grinding, never give up, bro. You're not allowed. Ronnie's rule. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys.